Blog Talk Radio.
Tell you how we do it. There ain't nothing to it. We're gonna get right to it. You ready? You ready? This is the ProMMANow.com radio network.
No rest for the wicked back-to-back fight weeks. This Saturday night, V3 Fights goes down in Memphis, Tennessee. Huge professional fights. Some top amateurs on the card. The whole first hour is dedicated to that Memphis-based promotion that we love so well. One of our bucket list promotions, actually. Second hour, we're going to kick things off with Dave Sweeney. He returns to the program. If you recall, last time he was promoting a show in North Carolina, but surprise, he is promoting a show in Ohio. Coveted Fighting Championships goes down Saturday night in Mentor, Ohio at the Civic Center. We're going to talk with him, and our old pal, Chris Curtis, is going to join us. He's in the main event. He's coming off a big win. All of that and more tonight on Bluegrass MMA Live.
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Fighters first, fans always. The Ohio Valley's #1 source for MMA. Broadcasting on the ProMMANow.com radio network. Brought to you by Bangtown Fightwear. This is Bluegrass MMA Live. And now, here are your hosts, Juan Valley and Gary Thomas.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us, and we love you for that. This is Bluegrass MMA Live, episode 178. It's Tuesday, June 17th. The year's half over, kids. Tonight and every night, we're brought to you by Bangtown Fightwear. Be sure you check them out at bangtownfightwear.com. And with that, here we go. We're coming off a huge weekend of action that saw Bluegrass MMA hold the fort down in 3 separate states. It was kind of fun. If you followed us on Twitter, we were in Louisville. I was in Louisville for Hard Rock MMA 65. Juan was at IT Fight Series 26. And our man, Tyler Saito, a young one, 20 years old, him and his dad covered Art of War 10. We're going to have some of their pictures, some of Tim, the elder Saito, some of his pictures up later on BluegrassMMA.com. If you not, go check out all the results, the recaps, the pictures on Facebook, all of that. Just a good old time, wasn't it, Juan?
It was a great time. Honestly, this, as far as I can remember, in recent history at least, there was coverage in 3 different events in 3 different states for Bluegrass MMA, and I think that's a huge milestone for us that I don't think we've ever had before. So I'm excited. It was a good weekend.
If it's my trust issues, man, I have trouble with trust. Like sometimes I really don't even trust you to post stuff on Bluegrass MMA. I'm controlled.
I feel that way about you every post you do.
Listen, I want to get this out here. Juan Valley, I really don't know how to explain it. He has all these brilliant and all this insight to how things should be, yet he himself never does anything that he says or puts any of it into action. So it's strange. It's like having the boss.
That sounds true.
That says, "Do as I say, not as I do." But Juan's not my boss, so I pretty much just tell him to go suck on an egg.
I'm gonna cut your. That's it. I'm cutting your pay. I'm cutting it in half. I'm deducting one of your pay.
I can't live on $500,000 a week.
I was just wasting my time.
That's where all the money's going. You're embezzling it. I see. No wonder my pension comes up 0 every week.
Your pension. I've secretly been putting into your 401k, Juan. It's all right.
Well, thank you, buddy. At least it's paying off.
I had a great time in Louisville on the outdoor show. not outdoor show. It was kind of they opened the doors at Expo 5. It was cool, big crowd. It was supposed to be live music, but it was kind of in the bar. It wasn't really where the fights were, but Abby and Gina and Hard Rock, they went over there and danced. It was good times.
Did that go on during the fights, or was it afterwards or during intermission?
It was during the whole fight, but it was in a different part, so you couldn't even hear the music from where the fights were at.
That's interesting. Was there music going on afterwards as well?
In the same spot, yeah, in the bar.
Gotcha.
So, I heard the after party was off the hook, and surprise, Hard Rock MMA is going to return to Expo 5 August the 9th. So.
Nice. Wait, when? August, you said?
August the 9th.
August 9th. Nice. We'll have to mark that one on the calendars, ladies and gentlemen.
But with that, we're gonna focus on some Tennessee MMA tonight. Our good friend returns to the program. This has been about as inactive as he's been since he started mixed martial arts. I wonder how that's kind of played on him. I don't know. But he fights this Saturday night in Memphis, which is farther away for him than it's for me. But you know him. I know him. Primetime, what's up?
Yeah, she was really
What's up?
I mean,
what are you doing?
What's up? I'm sitting here. What are you into, buddy?
And just another beautiful night here in Kentucky.
Of course.
It's fight week, man. How are you feeling?
No, I'm cutting weight. That's really, how I'm feeling. I'm just kidding, man. It ain't that been rough of a cut for me. It's at 55, so I don't struggle too bad with it. 45 is what sucks, but 55 I don't struggle too hard.
Like I said, this is the longest I think you've had between fights in a long time. Is that right?
Yeah, man. It sucks and it's good at the same time. I was supposed to fight Keith Richardson back. Shut up, dog. I was supposed to fight Keith Richardson back there in hell. When was that?
May?
April 26th. April, and I didn't get to. I had a neck injury, man. I just woke up every morning with my neck stiff as a board and couldn't do shit about it. Like I'd wake up and have to turn the there to look behind me. So it was.
How do you
suck.
fix
but,
that? You go to the chiropractor or something? You go to the chiropractor?
I went to the chiropractor, and it wasn't an alignment problem. It was a muscular problem in my neck and in my I'll think of the name of the damn muscle later, but it's like two of my muscles that really hold your neck, and provided the most strength for your neck was spasming them. And anybody that's never had a muscle spasm really don't understand when a muscle swells up that bad and it won't unswell. It puts all that pressure on them, your disc in your neck and stuff like that, and it just leaves you unable to do anything, man. I couldn't use my neck for nothing. And Keith Richardson is too hard of a fight to take when you can't use your head. I mean, and a lot of people don't know about MMA, and that's what you your head and your neck position in fights. Means the world of difference, especially if you ain't got no strength in it.
Head movement, you hear that all the time. Got good head movement, dodging punches, doing that. So yeah. So you fought in February. You passed on that in April. Here we are. A couple months after that. Everything here. I mean, do you feel as 100% as you've ever felt before? Or
yeah, actually, that's kind of weird. I've had a really good training camp. I've stayed injury free. I've got zero excuses going into this fight. Most of the time everybody goes in a little bit banged up, but I've sparred hard this whole camp and just got lucky, man. You just never know when that punch or that kick that you throw might catch an elbow or a knee and hurt your foot, or just anything can happen when you're sparring all the time. And but I was lucky this camp.
Or somebody falls out of the cage. I saw that.
Did you see that? Was that not crazy?
Did that scare you?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Some dumbass well, we got that big ass gym. Anybody can really go anywhere. We got it. We got locks on it now, and we're the only ones that have the keys to it, so people can't go in there no more. But apparently somebody took the back lock because that part had never even been opened. The back door had never even been opened to the cage. We always go in the front door. So, somebody apparently took it off there and just closed it back, and I caught a kick and went to throw a knee on him, and there we both went, man. I'm just glad Tony didn't get hurt because he took the brunt of the fall. I basically landed on him and was okay.
So get me caught up. This gym you're at now, it's huge, right? This is a new
Yeah.
spot, new faces.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We just well, our gym, our contract, our gym closed down over in Johnson City, and we moved up here to Elizabeth and in a bigger facility. Everything's the same as far as Dustin still runs the gym. Caleb's still my coach. Or Dustin don't run the gym, he runs the MMA part. But we we're under new management, which is cool because it's they're having to take up the money. It ain't got that strain on Dustin or Eddie or nobody else that was having to do it before and make sure the gym was staying open. But our gym shut down basically the day before I fought in Landwehr, and luckily I was still able to go to Casey Oxendine. He opened his doors to me and let me come over there and train, and but then after that got back open, I still go cross train at Casey's and stuff like that. But that gym's just huge, man. We got a 26-foot cage. Pretty sure it's the biggest cage that I've ever been in. Biggest cage I'm pretty sure I've never fought in a cage that big either. It's huge, and everything up there is state of the art, so it's incredible.
I hear you're going to put on your own MMA show there. What is that like? What's that venture going to be
Put
about?
on my like running the show?
Yeah.
No, like what it is like that's what a lot of people ask me too, and I guess they got it mixed up or something. But
that's what Tim Lloyd told me.
It's Tim Lloyd's show, but me and Dustin are kind of just putting our input. We're trying to make a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to do all that. We're trying to make a little bit more money. Yeah, we're trying to do that. Yeah. So, but I mean, since I'm fighting on it, it's gonna be hard for me to do anything other than I'm gonna try to grab a couple of sponsors for the show and stuff like that. But no, I mean, July 26th in Elizabeth, and it's gonna be a pretty stacked card, honestly. Like I'm super surprised that we was able to get some of the fights that we got. Especially the pro fights. We're having I'm fighting a guy named Derek Bird, Dustin Long. I can't remember who.
Derek Bird, son, that's a good
Yeah.
fight. Don't let his record fool you, man. He's tough.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's what when Tim first showed me that, I was like, that I kind of want to fight somebody with a more decent record and get my fight a little bit tougher fight. But then I started looking him up, and he's no slouch, dude. He's got good hands. He's good on the ground. He's tough. He's in shape, and it's gonna be a tough fight for sure.
Let's not. That's later on. This
right.
V3 card, man. Your original opponent backed out. What happened there? Because I thought you were off the card for a while, then you're back on. What's the walk me through the timeline?
Bro, let me go ahead and call out Rodney Allison. Rodney Allison, I will fight you any place, anytime, anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and talk shit and say that you're a pussy. Rodney Allison backed out 7 weeks out with a rib injury. And then I saw him on Facebook the other day posting about how he's got a fight and he's got tickets and this, that, and the third. He's 6-0 and he keeps trying to fight these. I guess that's why he's 6-0 because he's been fighting turds. And he signed a hard fight with me, then backed out, and then he's on other promotions talking shit. Like he backed out, and like 3 days later he's on this other promotion talking shit, saying he'll fight for them like the week after we signed a fight. And then, like, the next day after that, he had posted a photo of him training. I'm like, bro, if you're going, fake it, if you're going to injure, he could have been injured. I'm not saying that his ribs wouldn't hurt and his knee, whatever's hurting, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that 7 weeks out, it's going to be hard to say that my ribs hurt and then get on there and train and then talk shit. Like, I just wouldn't post that shit on Facebook, you know what I mean? So, I want to fight him sooner or later. He can't run from me. So, I'm gonna keep busting his ass and calling him out until he takes the fight. And then, with that being said, on to the next. We went through a couple opponents, and now I'm fighting a guy named DeJuan Pigney. He's 4-1. I think he's out of Arkansas. I really don't know what camp he's from, but I've watched a lot of his videos and stuff. He's well-rounded, man. He's a puncher. He's got good ground. He's a good wrestler. Seems to be a pretty strong guy from what I've seen. He's only been finished one time, I believe. So, I mean, he's going to be a guy that's going to be tough to put away for sure.
Let's be real, man. I mean, you've got 3 losses on your record, but you could have easily fought Bums. I mean, that's let's be real. You didn't have to take those fights. You could have fought easier opponents, right? You could be 9-0.
I've tried. Yeah, I mean, after the Lamar fight, I talked to Tim and I talked to some other people, and I was trying to find some easier fights, just to get me a kind of a bounce back type of win, and nobody would put me on, or nobody would fight me that would that was like that. So I'm just at a tough place in my career, and that's why I've stepped my training up. I'm training a lot harder now and everything. Not that I'm saying that I wouldn't before, but I think I've definitely took it to a new level of just feeling good and stuff like that. So it's just one of them things, man. People don't understand like how the fight game works. Like I was looking the other day, and this guy's like 9-0 and fought like his combined record for his opponents is like 2-34 or something like that. And I'm just like, it's looking ridiculous.
The UFC that's probably the guy UFC just signed a guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Same guy.
It's crazy.
Didn't y'all post like an interview of that or something, or an article about that?
Yeah, we Jack posted up on Pro MMA Now.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yep.
That's crazy. I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game. I ain't mad at him for getting a shot, but gosh damn, you gotta think it's got to mean something to get there. You gotta. That's
what I'm saying, and that's what the thing is, and that's what the problem is with anything. I mean, whether it's football or basically any sport, you're gonna have politics and stuff like that. But the fans, most of the fans are so uneducated as far as how, as far as the fight game. You know what I'm saying? They like to watch the fights, they like to see good fights, but as far as they're just uneducated as far as like the matchmaking and all that stuff goes. Like a dude that's 9-0, you've probably got thousands and thousands of people that see him get signed in the UFC. Then he's posting and articles and shit, going to the UFC. He's 9-0, and everybody thinks he's probably the baddest dude out there right now. You know what I'm saying? But to somebody, he's probably a low-level pro fighter because he's not fought anybody. I mean, nevertheless, 9 pro fights, no matter who you're fighting, a pro fight's a pro fight, and you can lose at any second of the fight, no matter who you are or what you're doing. But at the same time, it's like, you're crushing cans, dude. I mean, the fans just, you can fool the fans, but you can't fool the fighters. That's what I tell everybody.
You just went to Myrtle Beach. Who are you training with down there? I thought you were on vacation, but no, you're actually working.
Man, I ain't gonna take no time off, dude. I've got, like I said, it's too important for me to win these next fights to not do that. I trained at Fitness Edge MMA. It's a pretty cool camp, man. I don't know who actually owns the joint or whatever, but Tomar Washington is like the instructor down there. He's a tough 205er. I think he's fought at 85, 205, and even heavyweight before. He fights for like warfare, I think, mostly. I call it welfare for the most time. Most of I didn't call it that then. It is always like, it's like welfare. Like he fights down there on welfare. But that's a good show, man. They say they put on good shows down there. I've never been to one, but
you probably won't now.
Yep. Andy Hall tried to get me on there, or Andy something. Andy Hall, I think is his name. I've tried to holler at him a few times to put me on down there because it'd be cool to go down there, bust some ass, have some money to go on vacation with afterwards.
Now,
I'm broke, man. I'm broke.
You live in
the struggle is real, bro.
Yeah, it's that so many people want to do what you're doing, be a full-time fighter and do all that, but they want all these benefits. The best saying that I've heard when it comes to that is everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to be, wants to be a pro and wants to train full-time, but they don't know what that struggle's like. It's not like you've got that steady paycheck every week. It's hard. Yeah,
it really is, man. Especially fighting out of home, fighting out of town, I don't make that much money. When I fight, Elizabeth and Pigeon Forge, places that are around here, I make a killing off ticket sales and T-shirts and all that stuff, and it does me, pretty much. It's done me till about now. I mean, it's time for me to be But the thing is, and it's funny you brought that up, and the whole welfare thing kind of got me thinking about this too. I was doing the commentary this week for the Vol Brawl down there in Knoxville for Tim Lloyd's show, and John Morehouse was the one that was doing it with me, and we got to talking about something, during in between fights, and he's like, these people, all these people talk about, wanting handouts and this stuff, and they're like, you'll see these people get on Facebook and start, bashing welfare and bashing EBT, food stamps and all that stuff. And he says you got the same people that are out there that when they got a fight coming up, they're like, hey, I need sponsors. Hey, I want to go down here and train an American top team. Can somebody give me some money to go do that? I'm like, bro, it's a handout's a handout, no matter who you're getting it from. If you're getting it from a big businessman, if you're getting it from the government, a handout's a handout. And that made a lot of sense to me when he told me that. And I was like, yeah, you're exactly right. A handout's a handout. And don't be on there bashing shit when you're the one that's asking to go to an American top team and trying to get somebody to give you money for that reason too. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a responsibility that a guy like you has to carry, is with the sponsors that you do have. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody can go out and get a T-shirt. I mean, I could get a sponsored T-shirt right now, but for these people are going to invest their time and their money in you. I talked with Frank from Impact Mouth Guards, and he sends me stuff because of you, because he loves you so much, and I always try to give him shout outs when we talk, and he sponsored Gina Begley. Matter of fact, both you guys are like their featured athletes if you go to their webpage. Yeah. But he's he can sell those and make money, but he hooks you up, so like those paying dedicated sponsors are so few and far between. When you get them, you got to treat them right, man. It's like having another wife or 5.
Man, like people. That's all some people care about, Like some people's like, well, I'll get this amount of money or that amount of money or whatever, and they really don't ever, post on their Facebook, thanks to this person, thanks to that person, or whatever. And I'm just lucky to have the sponsors that I have, that do pay me and allow me to to live, as I say, live the dream. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just don't understand like how much you help me, and especially when I get, I don't ever get my checks until this week from them, so I'll go up, talk to everybody, make sure I get my checks and stuff like that, and they're also cool, and I just tell them, how much I definitely appreciate them, because it, it helps me be able to do what I love to do.
Is this the first time as a pro you got to fight with D-Long?
D-Long's not fighting.
What happened? I just saw the little puppet today make his picks, and he's talking about Dustin Long's gonna win.
Yeah, fuck that puppet.
Yeah, he called you nighttime.
Yeah, no, bedtime. He said Primetime's about to be called bedtime. No, it's cool. I'm just kidding. It ain't no big deal. I'm gonna kick out. I hope that puppet ain't there, because it might get elbowed.
No, I didn't say that about Dustin. I hate that.
I don't know if they've announced it. Dustin ain't announced it yet. I don't know. I guess I'm making. I think I'm making an official announcement. You kind of suckered me into that one, damn you.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, you don't know.
I know. That's true. I should have just been like, next question, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. His girl's dad is like really, really, really bad off, and she apparently don't have like many. I guess that he just got to be there. I mean, I kind of understand if my wife's dad was about to die or pass or whatever. I probably couldn't just leave her to go to Memphis. You know what I mean? That's so far away too, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like I mean, he's not. They gave him like he's on. I think he's in ICU right now, or so. I don't want to get into too much of his business. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think he's pretty bad off.
But even for you, this is a long trip. It's closer for me to get to Memphis than it is for you to get to Memphis.
I'm sure. It's 8 hours, maybe 9. I don't know, 8.5, 9 hours from here to there. So I don't know. It's gonna be. We're leaving tomorrow at 3:00. As soon as my wife gets out of school, me, Dustin, Caleb, Dustin Long, of course, Dustin Walden, Caleb Cup, Maggie Payton. We've got a Tahoe. We're going to drive down and go to the fights and do it all. Man. So be down there Wednesday and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back Sunday, when we wake up. But yeah, no, me and Dustin fought a couple times as a pro together, actually. We fought in a couple 3FCs, and we fought in Elizabethton together. So
that's right. I do remember the Elizabethton card, because I've been to the 3FCs I've been to. You fought on one, and he fought on the other. So I didn't know.
Yeah. We got I've got a lot more of the Carter County folks, and Dustin's got more of the Johnson City. But there's a lot of fans that follow us both. So like it's kind of a lot the same crowd either way. When me and him both fight.
Just got a couple minutes left before we talk to the V3 boss. When's your show come back on? You taking a break till after the fight or what?
Well, the thing is, I don't know if I can get somebody to like click the buttons for me tomorrow night. I may do a show because, and then again the time changes too, so I don't know how that's going to work with me driving down through there, and it being 10 o'clock. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? I guess it still comes on at the same time regardless of what time my phone says.
Right. Well, whoever's running your switchboard, it's that time.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if I get somebody to run my switchboard, I'll probably do a show just on the road or whatever. I'll probably just talk about my fight. Well, actually, that kind of ruins my damn parade since Dustin's not fighting. So I was going to have me and Dustin just talk about it and let Dustin Walden interview us and have the Corey Popwell rant, but oh well.
I enjoy it, man. He's funny. He's
hilarious.
He's well spoken too, though.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. Like, and I've known Corey for a long time now. I've trained with him, and he's not necessarily like a guy that's he's always raising hell about. I'm gonna be honest, he's always like out there raising immortal hell about something. But I mean, never like when the first time he like, I figured he'd be stuttering and it'd be especially the first time he done it, just coming on there and really like being new and didn't really know what to do for my show. And he was like, he's just out there just busting on people and busting on like, just everybody and everything. And a lot of people he fucking talks about are people I really like a lot, so that kind of pisses me off.
Well, man, I wish you safe travels tomorrow as you and the crew leave, headed to Memphis, Tennessee for V3 fights. We'll have all your coverage Saturday night. I'm not driving. I'm gonna save my gas money and buy the pay-per-view and watch Adam Townsend do his thing along with everybody else. You know how we do it, man. It's your time now. We talked about sponsors and stuff. Here's your chance to let it rip.
Follow me on Twitter at Adam Townsend MMA. Check my website out, Adam Primetime MMA. Impact Custom Mouth Guards, of course. Highland Heating, Cooling, Berman Chiropractic. My homie Plague Athletics. Your Fight Site. U.S. Freedom Fighter. Davis Trophies. Resolutions. My GMD Evil. And Highlander Barbecue. Of course, the Lord. My son, Peyton, my wife, Maggie, my coaches, Dustin Walden, Caleb Cup, and, of course, Casey Oxendine. And, just thanks for anybody that's going to buy the pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is on ustream.com/V3 fights. Check me out, man. I'm going to go out there. You're going to see a new Primetime this weekend. I promise you that.
I think Juan clicked the button. Man, I'm excited. Juan clicked a button and he started playing the song.
Damn you, Juan.
I know it's an accident. I got tired of Adam talking, so I decided I had to play some music so he could shut up.
Hey, Juan, I tried to tag you, but you had to make your name something stupid on there, so now I couldn't tag you in this shit today.
Hey, you mean something clever.
The magic. Do you do magic tricks or something? Are you like a magician or something? Or do you use like the magic man, like Ricky Bobby or something?
I'd go with the Ricky Bobby analogy.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
I'm letting you guys get back to your thing.
All right, see you, man.
Adam,
Gary, man, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
Keep doing your thing. We'll be watching. Get that W, bring it home, and then on to the next one.
Yes, sir.
There you guys go. Adam Primetime Townsend this Saturday night, V3 fights, Memphis, Tennessee. It's going to be off the chain. I'm excited. Since V3 always, since I've known of V3, has been one of the premier spots in that section of the world. Arkansas, Alabama, West Tennessee, Missouri, that section. They ruled the amateurs. And then we're talking about really good pro-level amateurs on a really good pro-level event. Earlier this year, they did their first professional show. It went off great, and now they're coming back. They've had an amateur show since then, but coming back to the Cannon Center, I'm excited. And I've watched V3 before. Looks like Nick's dodging us. We'll see. But I've watched V3 before. I'm excited for the Amber Lenore fight. I think she's one of the toughest gals in the business. I'm excited for, obviously, Adam Townsend. The Jaleel Willis, Adam Nash fight. How can you not be excited for that? We talked with Cody Sheffield. How can you not like that guy? It's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be huge. A lot of people that you may not have heard of, but you'll get a chance to see. And it's the little stuff, and Juan talks about it so much, but I'm a big proponent of how these events make these fighters feel. And when you go to a V3 event, or if you go to YouTube and watch the old V3 fights, or you watch it on Ustream, you realize they've put time, effort, money into making their production something special for the fans and something special for the fighters. So I think when a promotion has that investment in their athletes, in themselves, they've done it the right way. They're not trying to go out and sell out FedEx Forum or anything like that. They've been doing it right. They've been to Nashville. They've done all that. So I don't know. Juan just dropped his call. What's going on here? He's gone. Well, it's just me now. So, but yeah, we talk about our bucket list style promotions that we want to be on, that we want to go to.
Oh, whoops! Talk about an ultimate fail there.
What did you get, Nick, or what happened?
No, I called Nick. He didn't answer. So customary, I wait a few seconds, call back. Because we show up with a New York area code, so a lot of people get confused. So I always call back. So I called back, and for the first time ever in the 2 years of doing this every week, I left a voicemail. Somebody's voicemail. Normally I don't. I just say screw it. If you don't answer, you don't answer. We go to the next person. But this time I actually left a voicemail, and I meant to go hang up on the switchboard, but I accidentally clicked on my hang up button, hung up on myself. It was just a clusterfuck.
Shout out to Rod Galvin, who works tirelessly on behalf of V3 Fights as their media director. He does such a great job of hooking us up with the fighters and telling the stories. If you go to v3fights.com, you can see the press work he does there. And he's contacting Nick right now for us. See what's up.
Nice. That works. Dude,
we're gonna go, right?
What?
We're gonna go to V3 one day.
We are. When is their next event? Has he told you yet?
I don't know. We'll ask him tonight. We'll ask him if he can do it in Lexington.
Nah, dude, I want to go to Memphis because the Minglewood Hall. The place looks legit. I kind of want to scope that out.
It's at this event's at the Cannon Center.
Okay. Either way, I just want to see how the Memphis area takes in MMA.
What if
see
they don't
how
take
that atmosphere is on there. Do what?
I hear myself echoing in your headphones.
Then you just hear yourself echoing. I don't hear nothing. That's just the voices in your head. Let's just be honest here. But I didn't hear what you said. But no, I just want to see how Memphis is. We've been everywhere in the Ohio Valley region. Everybody loves MMA here. I'm just kind of curious because Bellator went down there and they couldn't sell tickets. So I just want to, is the atmosphere the same as is like in Lexington, Louisville, Cincinnati, Columbus as it is in Memphis?
I don't know. Did Bellator not sell tickets? I thought they did. They ended up doing pretty good.
Well, they never released the actual gate number.
You see, you on that Dana White trip, man. You on that Dana
Bjorn.
White trip. That's what he's talking about. Talking about Bjork.
I watched the press conference, and when he was asked what was the live gate, he answered, I don't know. And then 2 days later, when he was asked again by another reporter, he again said, I don't know. So how are you going to not know your own gate? Understandable, night of, I'll give you that. Which I doubt. I'm sure he knew because that was very important. But days later, come on now.
All right.
Anyways.
I just sent you Rod's number. We're going to talk with Rod Galvin, who would know more about what's going on with V3 than Rod. I'll tell Rod that Juan's calling. So Rod gets that, like so many of the great guys that we work with, Rod gets to like personally know these guys and know their stories and know the background. So who else to really tell us about these fights than Rod Galvin? And he does an excellent job, like I said. If you are in the media, you get press releases, well-written press releases on the regular from Rod. He hooks up these interviews, so very, very grateful to him. And he joins us right now. Rod, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Now, I appreciate you taking the time out, filling in for the boss man tonight.
Yeah. I even tried calling him too. It's fight week, and he has so much going on. I even tried calling Chan, so they may be doing something together fight-wise. So that's fine. I can answer anything, anything you need.
Oh, who better, right? I mean, you get that chance to really get to know these guys as you fill us in and kind of fill the world in on their stories, what they're about. And this card is kind of special. You've got guys coming in from New York. You got girls coming in from California, Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama. You kind of get the best of the whole area.
Yeah, Mississippi, and of course, Eastern Tennessee, the Memphis area. I mean, they're coming from all over.
When the word came down earlier, I guess it was late last year, early this year, that V3 was going to do their first professional show, how excited were you for that? Because we know, and we've said this for a long time, V3 is the best professional amateur show that we've ever seen. So now that we get a professional show, it seems like everything's kind of elevated even more.
We were psyched. Chan, myself, and the other guys. We couldn't wait. A lot of the guys fought for us when they were amateurs. Ben Brewer, Wade Johnson. So we were just psyched to bring pro MMA to the Memphis area. It happened in Mississippi, and it's happened in Middle Tennessee, but it happened in Memphis. It was pretty awesome, and we were pumped for it. Like I said, I was guys that fought for us as amateurs, and that was the whole goal all along when V3 started. To bring these guys up and to grow with them. When they're amateur, we're amateur, and to grow together. And when they go pro, it'll be time for us to go pro, and that's what's happening right now. And it started in January, so it was really, really cool. Chan was excited big time. He put together a hell of a card. It was the next step up, and we were ready for it. And I think we succeeded. We had over 5,000 hits on Ustream, and it was awesome.
You've covered fights. You just covered Bellator. You've been out in other places. What's the atmosphere like at the V3 shows? Because I can sense, kind of what it's about at home watching it. So if I can get that from my living room, I can only imagine what it's like there live.
Oh, it's something. It's different. It's something you really wouldn't expect at an MMA event. It's equivalent to going to, like a professional, like an NBA game or something. Like in between fights, there's stuff going on. There's a DJ, the best DJ in Memphis actually. Jay Square. He's doing his thing, and you're at like a pro sporting event, an MMA fight, a nightclub, all mixed in one. But throwing the fact that it's still family friendly, it's just, you can't beat it. People get real dressed up, and they make a night of it, and it's just awesome. It's something, if you've never experienced a V3 fight, you really need to check it out, because it's not what you would think. Just a cage going up in a gym and two guys just slugging it out. I mean, we really do try to make it family friendly, and we want you to keep coming back. And we try to, we want you guys going away feeling that you got your money's worth. And we want to grow the sport of MMA, and in order to do that, you got to put the money in the production. You got to have, the HD screens, so people can see that stuff, instant replay, post-fight interviews, stuff like that. So you combine all that in one, and you got D3 fights.
Some promotions get the opportunity to have, like a couple character type guys, but over the last few weeks, we've got to talk with so many great guys. Adam Nash, Jaleel Willis, Cody Sheffield, all these guys bring a different personality to the event, and I think that's what has kind of drawn me into this one in particular, is everybody is so friendly. They've got their own, their own niche that they have. They've all been very accommodating, but they're all warriors. What's it like working with those kind of guys, Nash, Willis, Sheffield, because they've been so great to talk to. I can only imagine dealing with them on the other side has been great.
I love it. It just like you said. I mean, there's so many different personalities. It's not like a show where you go out somewhere and it's all local guys, and the whole town knows these people. I mean, this is really cool because a lot of these fighters have huge following, so you'll have a huge Arkansas crowd there, and Cody Sheffield is going to bring the Mississippi people in, and of course the Memphis people are going to be there. Eric Anders is bringing the Alabama people, and of course the Crimson Tide football diehards and stuff. It's awesome. There's so many different personalities from different parts of the Southeast, and it's just really awesome working with them and learning their stories. So I dealing with the media aspect of it and doing press releases, I get to learn more about these guys and stuff that they may have struggled with growing up, or stuff they had to overcome, stuff they like to do for fun, like Adam Nash. I had no idea he's a professional poker player. My wife, she's out right now playing poker. I'm like, oh man, that's cool. I have that connection with him and stuff because my wife and him both like to play professional poker. So I just Jaleel Willis, he was, I coached him, and when he was in high school for wrestling, he wasn't on my team, but kind of the freestyle Greco-Roman off-season stuff. But I remember watching Jaleel, wrestling, in high school, wrestling against me and both for me. Joe Cooper, Wade Johnson, all these guys. I remember, there's just so many different personalities, and it's really exciting to have all on one card. Not to mention that they're all badasses.
That's what I was gonna say. Sometimes you don't get that combination. They might be great personalities, but they don't really deliver. All these guys, I feel like Wade Johnson, the tear he's been on, Jaleel Willis, all these guys that are up and coming. They're not too far away from that big contract. It feels like
they're really not.
This is the place where they can make a name for themselves, because it's not going to be just the Memphis or the 100-mile radius that pays attention. People really pay attention from all over. I was looking at the Ustream today, and like you said, so many hits from all over the place. It's really an opportunity to showcase and spotlight this talent that otherwise we probably never even really know about.
It really is, and what I'm really excited about is the Amberlin Autumn Norton fight, because and Johnny Bowman as well, because the Mid-South, even the Southeast knows about us, but now we're reaching out to California, to New York. When those people buy the pay-per-view, what they're going to do is they're going to go and they're going to tell their friends, I just watched these awesome fights on Saturday night, and our next event, hopefully, they tell 10 people, and those 10 people buy it. And then after that, those 10 people tell people, and it's just, we're trying to grow the sport, and I'm really excited about, Autumn Norton and Johnny Bowman and getting that following from New York and California. I think that is going to be huge. I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch those.
And with Bowman, you not only get, a tough fighter who nobody wants to fight, which is crazy, but Ally and Kent's is coming with him, UFC guy.
Ray Longo.
So he comes from that stock. I was disappointed, though, Rod. He didn't have that accent. He said he went to school in Virginia, so he kind of lost his New York accent. I thought he'd have that thick Matt Serra accent.
He did. And, that's another thing we were talking about earlier. when I did a press release on him, he was telling me how he, is in Virginia and wrestles for them. I mean, he was coached, when he was wrestling in college, he was coached by Tom Brands, who was a wrestling legend. I grew up in a wrestling family. I've been doing it since I was in second grade. My dad's a head high school coach. My brothers are coaches. So when he told me he was coached by Tom Brands, I was just, I was shocked, and yeah, I mean, he doesn't have that accent, but I guarantee you he's going to be tough as nails. That guy, and he has the best. Look who he's training with. He's training with the best fighter in the world, in Chris Weidman. Literally, I mean, that's an awesome training partner. I mean, who are you going to fight? Who that's going to be tougher than who you're training with in the room. I mean, he's fighting the guy that beat Anderson Silva twice, and you're training with him every day. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Rod, we're going to go to Jason Knight next, who is in the co-main event. But I want to say, man, thank you so much for hooking us up and letting us get to know these warriors in the V3 cage. We will be tuned in Saturday night. I wish you guys were a little closer. But I don't know if you've heard us say this when we say this all the time. We will be at V3 sooner or later. That's one of our bucket list spots that we have to go to this year. So you will get to meet us sooner or later.
Oh, for sure, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And check us out on Ustream this weekend. We thank you for your support, and we thank you for doing this for V3 and everything.
Well, man, thank you for hooking it up. We're gonna go to Jason right now, but Rod, have fun. It's fight week, man. Relax and enjoy the show.
It is. All right, thank you very much.
There you guys go, Rod Galvin. He is the man behind all things press with V3 Fights. Now, I think there were some apologies issued from the guys in the co-main event, apologizing to the main event guys, saying that they were going to take that fight of the night away from them. In the co-main event, you're going to have Harry Johnson taking on our next guest. He's with us right now, Mr. Jason Knight. Jason, what's up, brother?
Not much. Just sitting at home, about to eat.
It's fight week, man. You don't talk to many fighters during fight week that actually get to eat. What's up with that?
Oh man, I don't get to eat very much. Just a little small chicken breast here and there. Gotta watch that weight big time.
It's Tuesday. Fight goes down Saturday night. What's left for you this week in your preparations?
I got to go to the gym tomorrow. It'll be my last day to train. There, hit pads and try and work a little cardio, maybe run a little bit on the treadmill, eat right the rest of the week, and get ready to cut weight Thursday and Friday, and then on to the fight Saturday.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you 7-1? Because so many of you guys down there in that area always have more wins than what they give you credit for. But is that your record?
No, sir. I'm 11-1.
See, how are we gonna fix this on like mixedmartialarts.com?
Yeah, man. They have me as 8-1, 7-1, but no, my record is 11-1 as a professional. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you got to do to get it fixed. I mean, I wish I knew the guy to talk to, because I've contacted everybody I know to try and talk to them about it, and nobody seems to know how to fix my record.
But you're 21 years old, is that right?
Yes, sir.
How
in
the hell have you got all these fights? Hey, this is going to be well, from what I can see, correct me if I'm wrong, will this be your third fight this year?
Yes, sir. No, this will be my fourth fight since January.
So fourth fight this year, 11-1. Shit, you got. I don't even want to guess it's your amateur record.
I was 10-0 as an amateur. So I've been fighting I've been fighting since I was 14 years old. Man, I was a badass kid that I got in street fights. I got in street fights because the guy looked at me the wrong way, and I started doing MMA and realized I could fight without getting charges pressed and without getting in all that trouble. So I mean, I just grew to love the sport, and it's kept me out of a lot of trouble.
You've only been to one decision in your career.
No, sir. I've been to two decisions. As a professional, yes, sir. I've only been to one decision. That was my only loss. I didn't cut weight right for the fight. I didn't really train right. I underestimated the guy, and I got to thank him for that fight because that's probably the biggest learning experience I've ever had as a fighter is a loss. Since then, I've become such a more well-rounded fighter, and I work on my cardio a whole lot more, work on my weight cut, and watching my weight a whole lot better now. But I started a butt whooping on my 20th birthday. I went up there, and, I thought, man, it's my birthday. There's no way this guy can beat me. And halfway through the first round, I didn't have no energy left. I was dehydrated.
Gosh, and wasn't even old enough to buy a beer afterwards.
Yeah, wasn't even old enough to celebrate, or wasn't even old enough to go and drink some beer and feel sorry for myself.
A lot of people, after they suffer that first loss, and it took you quite a while to get to that point, it's like a turning point. You know, sometimes it depresses them, and sometimes it motivates them. It sounds like it kind of flipped that motivational switch for you.
Oh, yeah, it definitely. I needed that loss because I went 10-0 as an amateur. I think it was like my 7th pro fight that I lost. And I was just thinking I was unstoppable. I thought that nobody could beat me. I didn't have to train. I was in that little superstar mode. And then once I lost, it kind of opened my eyes to reality. Hey, you can be beat, and you do need to train for this, you know.
Despite that loss, you're a guy that rarely goes out of the first round. What do you contribute that to? I mean, you got to be super aggressive, but you go from TKOs to running the gamut of submissions out there. Do you see this fight going past the first round?
I definitely see this fight probably going definitely past the first round. I'm hoping it's not going to be a decision because I don't see it in my favor as a decision no matter how well I do in the fight. Because it's going to be Harry Johnson's hometown. It's going to be his fans, his judges. So I pretty much have to finish this fight. I'm going to try my best to knock him out. I've trained stand-up super hard for this fight. And the reason I'm a first-round fighter, I've won most of my fights in the first round, I don't go out there looking to put on a show and make it look good for the fans. I mean, I do. But as soon as I see the opportunity to finish the fight, I take it. I don't try and give up a submission to keep going and ground and pound the guy. I don't need to punch him in his face a whole bunch of times if he gives me his arm. You know, I'm going to take whatever comes my way and try to finish the fight no matter what. I mean, I would love to go and have a long fight, but I know in this fight, it's not in my best interest. I need to finish him. I definitely need to finish Harry, so that's what I'm going to be shooting for.
Who are some of the people? Tell me where you're training at, and who are some of the people helping you get ready for this fight?
Oh, man, I train at Alan Dutcher MMA Club. I get to train with Alan every so often. He holds pads for me, helps me with my jiu-jitsu, helps me with my wrestling. James Sharp, he's a big part of my training camp. And then there's Aaron Williams, Hollis Sylvester. We have a bunch of really good fighters. We have probably 6 or 7 guys that are getting close to moving on up to the next level and going somewhere. There's Adrian Miles. He's fought for V3 a few times. He just fought for Bellator and suffered a big loss. But, man, Adrian Miles, he's killing it. He's a badass. So I definitely got to thank all of them for helping me with my stand-up, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu. Mike Sanford, we have a black belt in our gym named Mike Sanford. If it wasn't for him, I don't think my jiu-jitsu game would be anywhere near as good as it is. But, yeah, I definitely got a – sorry?
I was going to say, are you going to bring – Go ahead.
I definitely have a good team. I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to get out.
We talked to one of your teammates, Adam Nash. Are you going to be able to bring the beard like he is, or are you clean-shaven?
I'm a little scruffy. I'm not clean-shaven, but I definitely can't bring the beard. I'm sorry. I smooth forgot about Adam Nash, but yes, he's an awesome training partner also. He's a very good coach. He coaches our beginner class, and I see him giving Jaleel Willis a hard time. Whether he wins or not, that's completely up to Adam. But I know Jaleel's not going to have an easy fight on his hands.
So you're still young. You're about to turn 22. You've been just on a tear in MMA. What do you do outside of all this craziness?
Man, I work 6 days a week at a shipyard. I'm a pipe fitter, and I'm trying my best to make it where I don't have to work anymore. I'm trying to get to that next level to where I got the right sponsors and everything to help me with my mixed martial arts career, because I hate working at the shipyard. I'm not going to lie to you. I work till 5 o'clock every day, get off of work at 5, head to the gym. I'm at the gym from 6 o'clock to about 9 o'clock every night. And I wake up every morning tired as hell, hating life. And I work so hard, man, but I know that one day it's all going to pay off. And no matter what, win or lose this fight, it's just a stepping stone. Whether I go up or down, it doesn't really matter. I know that nothing's going to stop me from reaching my goal.
I come from a family of union pipe fitters. Now, that wasn't in my cards, but I know how hard that can be. That's a grind all in of itself.
Oh yeah, it's a hard job, man. And I'm at a shipyard, and every boat we got out there, they're behind on, so they're pushing you as hard as they can all day, and then you get off work tired as you can be, and got to go straight to the gym so they can push you a little bit more. And then wake up the next morning, it's the same thing all over again.
When you get the rare chance.
Sir?
I was going to say, when you get the rare chance, how do you relax? What do you do for fun?
Even on the days that I work, like on the weekends, on those weekends, I try to spend as much time as I can with my little girl. Try to take her to the water park, to the river, wherever I can go to have fun with my little girl. It's really not about me anymore. Whether I get to relax and have fun or not, that doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to make sure my little girl has a better life than I had growing up.
Damn, man, you had to grow up fast.
Oh, I know, man. I had my little girl when I was 19 years old, and now that's all that matters. Trying to make a good life for her. And that's why I'm hoping one of these days I'll get to the UFC or maybe Bellator. I want to skip Bellator. I mean, I know they're a great promotion and everything, but since I was 14, I've looked at the UFC. Bellator just came along, and I don't want to settle for Bellator whenever my goal is in the UFC all along, you know. So one of these days, win or lose, once I get to the UFC, if I get one UFC fight, I know I've lived my dream. And that's all I'm shooting for.
Well, man, here's to all that hard work paying off. Big fight this Saturday in Memphis versus Harry Johnson. Before I let you go, Jason, I want to give you a chance to throw out any shout-outs, any thank yous, anybody that's helped you get ready for this fight, or anybody that's helping you out in general.
Okay. I want to thank everybody from Adam Townsend MMA Club, all my training partners. I might as well call them my family, and also my blood family. I want to thank all of my sponsors. I want to thank Martial Arts Life. I want to thank DryCountyBullies.com, Dixie Devil Tattoos, John Tesh with Painters Plus, Carpet Mart. I have a list of sponsors that have just everybody stepped up to help me since I'm going to Memphis. I usually got one or two sponsors, but thank God everybody stepped up to help me come up there. And I just want to thank Harry Johnson for this fight, for this opportunity. Thank Shantine and everybody from V3 for having me there.
Well, man, I appreciate you so much for taking the time out, doing this with us tonight. We will be locked in Saturday night. V3 fights in Memphis. Jason, until then, man, take care. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you. Memphis, Tennessee, get ready for Jason the Kid night. I'm hoping to come up there Saturday night and make some fans. Thank y'all.
There you guys go. Jason Knight, co-main event against Harry Johnson this Saturday night, V3. Do not miss it. If you're there, if you're close, go out and check it out. Support local MMA. If not, catch the pay-per-view on Ustream. Thanks everybody from V3 that has supported us, shared our links, done all that. Special thanks to Rod Galvin and all the fighters, because without them, it would just be me and Juan talking, and that, honestly, that sucks. We are going to switch focus now. We're going to go from Memphis to Mentor. Maybe it's Mentor. I don't know. It's Ohio. They say stuff funny up there. Dave Sweeney is going to join us here in just a second. We're also going to talk with Chris Curtis. And we're going to talk about the big event that goes down this Saturday night up there at the Civic Center. Juan wanted me to wait before I played the commercial so he could hear it, but he's talking to Dave too long. Remember, you can, if you're interested in your health, in kind of human optimization, as they call it, check out onnit.com, onnit.com. They make Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech, New Mood. Juan bought some Alpha Brain. He's not really talked about it. I don't know what it did for him, but we'll find out. Also, they've got the kettlebells, the battle ropes, all that good stuff. Father's Day just passed, and not a one of you guys bought, either Juan or I, a BlendTech blender. They're right there on it. They're only like $500, so maybe save up and get that. My birthday's in October. But for you, our loyal listener, go to onnit.com, enter promo code BluegrassMMA, save 10% off any and all supplements. At the top of the hour, we're going to be right back with Dave Sweeney. Do not go anywhere.
You are listening to the ProMMANow.com radio network.
Intimidation Clothing has proven to be the biggest supporter of local MMA in the industry, sponsoring the top regional events across the globe. While other brands come and go, Intimidation is a brand that represents stability, with over 110 different styles of high-quality t-shirts, hats, hoodies, training gear, and more. Browse our premium quality merchandise at IntimidationClothing.com and use Radio 10 to save 10% off your order. When you think local MMA, think Intimidation Clothing. Nobody supports local MMA like Intimidation. Nobody.
Tune in to Louisville's #1 combat sports show, The Knockout Hour, every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. until 10, right here on 1450 WXVW. Hosts Kelly Patrick and Gary Thomas bring you the top stories from the world of boxing and mixed martial arts. The Knockout Hour is brought to you by BluegrassMMA.com and the Kentuckiana Agency of Transamerica, the home of tax-free retirement.
You're listening to the Ohio Valley's #1 source for MMA. This is Bluegrass MMA Live. Now, once again, your hosts, Juan Valley and Gary Thomas.
Thank you for staying with us all night long here on this Tuesday night, episode 178. And it was probably in the mid-50s or 60s if you go back to the archives. You heard our next guest. He was promoting a show down in North Carolina, but he is going to be in Ohio this weekend as Coveted Fighting Championship return. Mentor, Ohio at the Civic Center. He's back with us, Mr. Dave Sweeney. Dave, what's up, my man?
How you guys doing?
Man, it's just another beautiful day in paradise, but it's fight week for you. I guess I should ask, how are you doing?
Oh, I am very stressed. This is a bigger show than the first two I've done, much bigger. So it's been a little harder, a little more work for me, but it's coming along good.
Now, I guess the biggest difference was your first two shows were not in Ohio. What's brought you back? Because I know you're from there, right?
Yeah, I grew up right here near Mentor. So a lot of my friends and family are around here. You know, so I've had a lot of support. My family knows a lot of people around here business-wise. So it's a really good area. There's obviously, you know, you guys know there's a few really good gyms right in Menor. A lot. So I think it's perfect area for a fight.
When after your last show, you know, what did you think your next show would be in Ohio, or kind of walk me through what led you to coming back home?
Well, I kind of realized after putting on the 2 shows that I did in Shelby that, you know, business-wise, it's better if you can only do a few shows a year per city. You know, I realized, you know, fans kind of get excited when there's only a few things, and especially if it's something really good that they look forward to going to. You know, if there's only 2 shows a year in Menor, those 2 shows should be very large. You know, so I kind of realized, like, I don't want to stay just where I'm at. So I have a lot of plans on not just staying in Menor, too. There's a lot of other different cities that I have planned out, too.
How is working with the Ohio Athletic Commission compared to North Carolina?
It's about the same, you know. But I had actually, you know, a matchmaker and everything in North Carolina that dealt with them, so I didn't have to deal with them at all. So I didn't really, you know, I don't really know that, you know, that way. But I mean, they're probably sick of me calling in, I'm sure. I've called in a bunch, but I want everything to go smooth. I want to make sure all my paperwork's done, everything, you know, for my first show. So,
how's the response been from the fighters in the gyms? You know, like you said, you're in a great spot up there in that part of Ohio. There's so many great teams, a lot of great fighters. What's the reception been like for you and your promotion?
It's been good so far. I knew I would run into this problem. The only problem I have had is, you know, a new show. Some of the guys are going to choose a bigger organization if they're here to fight on before me, which I knew that was going to happen. But I knew, you know, but to me that's okay. I just got to prove myself that I can put on a good show, take care of the fighters, bring in a crowd, you know, the whole 9 yards. And that way, you know, the second show will get better, and, you know, they'll just keep getting better.
Your venue's the Civic Center. And we talked. Were you surprised that you were able to get that, or were some people surprised that you were able to land that spot to put on your show?
I think all of Menor, Ohio, is surprised I got in there. One of my biggest ways of marketing is me going out from Thursday through Saturday, from about dinner time till 2 in the morning, handing out flyers. I got these little 6x4 flyers that I printed. I printed 20,000 of them.
Oh my God!
And in the it's part of the grind, man. I got to do it. It's, you know, so if I get 1% of those, that's another, you know, that's 200 people just from the flyers. You know, and I've had a great response from that. That's had an awesome response. But every time I hand out a flyer, they're like, "We're at the Menor Ice Arena. How did you get that?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, I actually tried for a few months and couldn't get it." And, you know, they said, "No, we've had people try to do this here before. We don't want it in here." And one of my good family friends knew somebody up there, and he's like, "I'm going to get you a meeting in there with them." So we both went up there and had a meeting, and they were like, "All right, we're going to give you a shot." So here we are.
Here's your shot. Don't screw it up. I can just imagine the pressure.
Exactly. And you know, I do have beer and alcohol there and everything, so I had to hire extra police officers because I wanted to go smooth. I don't want any problems, you know. So
you've got, and we're going to talk to him here shortly, Chris Carson's coming up, taking on a tough guy in Howard in the main event. How excited are you to get to see some of these fighters that, you know, when you're in North Carolina, you really didn't get to see?
Oh, I'm excited. That main event right there, I am extremely excited to see. That is going to be an awesome fight. A lot of the guys, too, a few of the guys that are on the card I wrestled with in high school. You know, a lot of the local fighters around here, from when I used to fight, I've trained with and everything. I still go up there and train with them now. I know I went to a few of the gyms and rolled with some of the guys and even gave them some pointers to some of them, you know. Definitely trying to help them out, lead them in the right direction.
When it's all said and done, like, I feel like you're the type of guy that does this. This isn't so much for you, is it? Like, I don't feel like you're that promoter that comes in looking to make a bunch of money and run away.
Absolutely not. My goal, honestly, is my main goal for my promotion is to treat the fighters better than anybody in the country. That's my main thing. So whatever I have to do that, I'm going to make sure I do. That's how they come back. That's how they want to fight for you. I don't even want to have one fighter say I don't like fighting for this promotion. That's, my main goal.
Has there been any surprises this week? There's always the injuries and the people backing out, but have you ran into any hiccups or anything this week that's kind of put you aback?
Well, we have Taiwan Howard's rushing to get his EKG done tomorrow. He's got a doctor's appointment at 1:30. We were, lucky enough to get him in there. Kind of miscommunication with the boxing commission, and on my end, if his medicals were all in, they had everything except the EKG wasn't. It was too old, so they had to say. They told me, that they couldn't use it. So, but he's gonna get it. He's going tomorrow. He's got his doctor's appointment, and he's gonna get it taken care of for me.
What? Like, I don't know. I'm all for regulation. I'm all for blood tests and all that stuff. But what the hell why does he have to get an EKG? Those are expensive.
I honestly have no idea. Oh, very expensive. And I, and if his normal doctor doesn't do it, there's another doctor who will get him in quicker, but his insurance won't cover it. And he said he doesn't want to eat the bill. And from my previous statement, I want to be the promotion that takes care of all the fighters. So I told him, I would take care of him and everything.
Having done this a couple times before, will you get to sit back and enjoy your work on Saturday night, or are you one of those promoters that I see so often that fight night is probably the worst night? They are all over the place.
I have a lot of good, like I said, a lot of my family's here. A lot of my family's going to help me with the bar, help me to make sure all my money's okay throughout the event. I'm going to sit and enjoy the show. That's my favorite part. Seeing kind of your whole masterpiece come together, all your hard work and everything, and see the fans pour in and everything. That's my favorite part.
Have you, not looking past Saturday, obviously, but when we talked before, you talked about maybe bouncing back and forth. Have you got a plan of action moving forward this year?
Absolutely. I have actually. I don't want to say any locations, but I have CFC 4 and 5 already planned out.
Overachiever, man.
Well, that's comes from my wrestling background and my fighting background. I'll do whatever I have to do to be successful. So, I've had good response from a few venues in Menor, places who have contacted me and said, hey, can you do your next show here? So, that was a compliment to me. I didn't even ask them about it. So,
you're in that part of the state where I feel like they've really got a monopoly. Like if you hold a show there, because it's not really close to anywhere anybody else would want to go. Like I feel like you're in the perfect spot. Would you agree with that? Like I feel like that would be a great spot geographically to throw events.
Yeah, I mean I agree, especially if if I can lock down a few of these venues to where they like working with me and I'm sure someone may want to start their own organization or something and come in and do a show, which to me that's fine. I don't look at any other local promotion as competition. They may technically be competition, but if you work together, the whole sport should grow, and that increases business. That's just how it works. It is competition, but then again, it's not. If you work together and plan your shows out accordingly, and you actually could help each other out a lot.
Absolutely. I know there's several shows that go to Akron, which is about an hour away, 45 minutes away from here?
Yeah, about an hour.
So, and like I said, if I was in Ohio, that's where I would want to go, because if you're too far south, you know, the amateurs can bypass that same day weigh-in and come to Kentucky. If they're on the western side, they can go to Indiana, or, you know, it's a good spot.
Yeah, and you know, we have a lot of guys, you know, a few guys from Indiana coming in, you know, all over Ohio. PA is not very far. PA, you know, Pittsburgh and Erie there, they have some really good fighters. You know, so it's a great area. I agree with you.
I noticed on the poster, of course, one of our sponsors as well, one of the best in local MMA and Intimidation Clothing. I think they're going to be there. You've got a couple other businesses that they're helping you out. What's that been like on the business side? You know, going out and getting the reception from the local people. You know, the small businesses and stuff looking to support local MMA and get behind your product.
It's been great, actually. We both. Me and their businesses have had good responses from it. You know, like I told them, like, obviously, you know, I want to, you know, cover sponsor, you know, get sponsor money and stuff like that. But my main thing this first show is, you know, help me sell some tickets, help me spread the word, help me get people in there to see how good of a show I can do. You know, that's why I want the ticket prices lower. You know, to have two Bellator veterans fighting each other as the main event, and then an awesome George Comer and Joe Lyle as co-main event. I mean, that's a $25 for a ticket is a great deal.
Yeah, it's worth those two fights, really. Lyle coming out of Indiana, super tough. Comer, you know, he's been a guy that we've got to see that's tough. And then Chris Curtis, it's worth $25 to follow him on Facebook.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's those guys are very good. You know, I remember doing a fight night in the Flats when I was in high school, watching Taiwan fight and some of these guys. So I know, I mean, they're very good, you know, and Chris Curtis is very good. That's going to be, I tell everybody when I'm handing out flyers, and you guys want to see some fireworks, come to this show. You can get there at 10:30 for the main event if you want. You'll be all set.
Wait, how old are you?
I am 26.
You young bastard.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel young.
You say when you were in high school at 5, I was like, man, that fight night's only 10 years old. He's young.
Yeah, I actually just kind of, you know, I wrestled in college, started fighting, and one of my buddies was like, you know, why don't you promote a show? You can make some money, continue to fight, you know, and maybe do both. Well, I realized very quickly that promoting a show is worse than an 8-to-5 job, so definitely takes more time.
It takes years off your life, man. You get them gray hairs.
Oh, I've got gray hair. I've got gray hair. That is not a joke.
Oh, well, we will be there Saturday night at the Civic Center. It's going to be, we're excited. We're always excited when we get to go see such a great lineup that you've already got, plus everything else that comes with it. Before I let you go, I want to give you a chance to thank your sponsors. Give us a plug. Tell us why Mentor, Ohio is going to be the place to be Saturday night for CFC3.
Yes, a lot of my sponsors I want to thank. Intimidation Clothing, the Happy Moose. Man, the list goes on of people I want to thank. There's a lot. I mean, a lot of my friends and family for helping sell tickets, helping keep me sane. You know, a lot of people around here. The list is way too big. It's you know, I know Happy Moose has allowed me to come in there, pass out flyers, talk to their dinner crowd every night. That right there is worth anything. I mean, that right there helps out a lot. A lot of places around here, the corporate places, are very picky about me coming in there, handing out flyers during their dinner crowd and stuff. Those guys have been awesome. They've told me anytime you want to come in here and hand out some flyers, go ahead. You talk to anybody you want in here. That's where the pre-fight weigh-ins will be Friday at 8 o'clock. So, yeah, they've helped me out a lot. They got great food, too, so go eat. You guys got to go get some food.
Well, man, I wish you nothing but the best of success. Love it. Love to see what's coming up in the future. Dave Sweeney, we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you Saturday.
Absolutely. We'll see you Saturday. You guys enjoy the show.
There you guys go. Dave Sweeney, Coveted Fighting Championship, Saturday night. Juan will be there. I'm not leaving this very office where I'm sitting at right now because I'm just going to order V3. But I'm excited for that as well. I'm excited for the close of June has been awesome. July's going to have some good stuff, but really, like, August is going to pep up too. So, pure excitement. Next up, he's in the main event. He's coming off a big win. I don't know what his record is. He makes it up as he goes. But I'm sure he'll tell us. Mr. Chris Curtis. Chris, what's up, man?
What's up? It's 9-3 officially now. So all right.
Where did we lose this fight in the mix?
Dude, apparently I fought in 2005. I was like a freaking junior. I don't think that was me. I don't know. There's another Chris Curtis out there who sucks. He's making me look bad. We got it cleared up.
I'm with you. See, that's where, like, not to get off topic or anything, but as I talk to all these guys from, like, Mississippi and Alabama and stuff, I say, "Oh man, you're 7-1." No, I'm 14-1. Well, how the fuck do I know that you're 14-1? I don't understand how these fights aren't getting recorded.
No, it's Mississippi. What are you gonna say? It's Mississippi. You just gotta walk past that one.
First of all, congratulations on your big win earlier. You got to go. Where'd you go? Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Kingston, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Where the hell is that at?
Dude, I don't even know. It's up past Kingston was past Pittsburgh, wasn't it? Yeah. It's just in the middle of nowhere, man. It was weird. It's like 9-hour drive, 8-hour drive, or whatever. It sucked.
Did they treat you good though?
Oh man, it was a great show, and yeah, they definitely took care of me. It was a really fun show. Good guys. Got to beat up a guy who I just decided I didn't like for some reason, but it was a good time.
Did you like him when it was over?
No, man, he was a dick, honestly, man. He was a little attitude problem, so it was fun to beat him in front of his own town and send him back there. Like, I thought I won. Like, well, you lost, so get over it.
Yeah, because he was he's 4-1, hometown guy. That's gotta feel good, because like you've not got to be that guy. You've not got to be the hometown guy, and God knows how long.
Yeah, I don't get to fight at home. It is really fun going to somebody's backyard and beating them up, and like the crowd's like, "Oh, what happened?" But he was kind of a dick about it. So it was really nice to like have him beat up, and just that look on his face was priceless. And that makes it all worth it. Like, you got to go explain to your family how you lost to a guy who fights 2 weight classes under you on a week's notice.
That's awesome, man. You've switched things up, man. I know you're working on your Muay Thai. You've been going with Son of Siam. I see you with the Reed Academy guys. Is the change been good for you? Because the change is not always a bad thing.
You know what? It's actually been really nice. I left Vision MMA, and I kind of bounced around for a bit. And then I started on Reed Academy for a bit, and then I made the move to Son of Siam. Started working with Nate Fitch and his guys, and like I don't usually get beat up when I go to gyms. Like I'm that guy that goes around like beating people up, and I decided to stop there when I went in for sparring, and I was just getting beat up for some reason. And I was like, okay, I need to work on this then. So we've been working on my Muay Thai and working on my Jiu-Jitsu, and it's actually been a really good change. Like I feel really good right now, man. Like everything's coming together. I kind of gotten away from just being just boxing. I get my Thai back. My Jiu-Jitsu feels good. So it's been a really good change for me. Like it was hard leaving, but it's hard, after 7 years being Vision MMA. But it's been a pretty good change for me. It's worked out for the best.
You know what? My first impression of Chris Curtis when I first came on the scene, I thought you were.
Oh God, this is scary.
No, the first I ever heard of you is when you knocked out Rob Nickerson, and I thought, man, this is powerful. Go in there, knock him out. But you've kind of made a reputation. You're awesome at grinding out wins, being dominant. Working for that. Do you think that the change brings you back to more of that explosiveness, where you can finish fights a little? I'm not gonna say easier, but it's better suited for your full belt.
Definitely that. That's sad to me because, like, man, I've never wanted to be like the grinder guy, but for some reason, I guess every gym's different and every gym has different aspects. And I'd really gotten away from being that guy who was going in there to like stop people. I was going in there to win fights. I wasn't going in there to stop people anymore. And with this change has come a whole lot of things to where I started boxing a lot more before, and that made some improvements. But just the overall change in atmosphere, man, it's definitely kind of helped me find that killer instinct where, you know, I'm going in there looking to wound people. Like, I'm going in there just not thinking like, okay, I need to win the round. I'm going in there like, how badly can I make your liver explode inside your chest? And like every time I spar, every time I go in there, my thought is, how badly can I make your liver explode? How badly can I damage his legs so you can't walk? So I mean, once you get in that, you know, that atmosphere to where like it's encouraged to like, how badly can you hurt somebody? Then you start to get that killer instinct back. So it's nice to have that back finally.
I noticed you got yourself a shiny new bicycle, and I know you were a guy that did a lot of road work. You ran so much. What's that change been like? Had you been a biker before? Or?
Dude, man, never really. I always did my road work, but you guys, you know, laugh like, oh, 26. I want to be 27, man. Just like fighting for 7 years now, man, doing all like the road work and stuff. It just kills my knees. I'm like running holes in like every pair of shoes I have has like a pair of holes in them from running. So Nathan Fitch, son of Siam owner, told me about how much he bikes and everything. He can't run as much anymore. So I went out and bought a bike, and it's actually been a godsend, man, because I can mix up, like, you know, in the morning I'll bike, and in the evenings I'll run. I'm not running twice a day. And my cardio feels great. My body feels better. I'm not waking up feeling like freaking Frankenstein every morning, like I can't bend my knees and everything. So that's definitely been a big improvement overall. Instead of freaking running 12 miles a day and stuff like that, it's just pointless and beats you up too much. It's kind of cool with the road bike, though, so it's kind of great because I'm the one guy in, like, Coleraine driving on the street in a road bike. People are honking, like, get on the sidewalk. And I'm like, it's a road bike. So I definitely like holding up traffic. That's fun. I love being that guy. People get pissed, and I'm like, it's a road bike. It's not meant for the sidewalk.
That's where Juan lives. He's probably that guy honking at you.
Yeah, oh, it's great. I don't even care, man. Like, I hold up traffic. Like, I'm that guy, and I love it. You got to find entertainment when you can, and that's Coleraine provides a ton of it.
You've always been that guy that was a gym rat, man. You stay in the gym all the time. Has that changed? I mean, have you learned to like listen to your body and not just wear yourself out so much?
Definitely that. Like that's been one of the biggest changes that has been really hard for me because I was always one of those guys like, you know, have to be in the gym, and it's just how I came up, man. Like, you know, we used to be in there for 8 hours a day, but now I just can't do it anymore. Like, you just get burnt out physically, you get burnt out mentally. So I'll do my workout in the morning. I'll do cardio in the morning. I may meet up with some guys. We'll do some light stuff. And then I take the rest of the day off. I go back in the gym, you know, 5 o'clock, 5 to 9, whatever, and then I'm done. Like, I'm not in there 8-10 hours a day anymore. I can't do it. Like, it's just no. There's no high level pro that trains like that. Like, you have to learn when to say, okay, you know, now's enough. Like, I never took days off before, but I've learned to listen to my body and, more importantly, listen to my girlfriend and, like, okay, you're hurt, take time off. I think she got tired of telling me, like, I'm tired of you being hurt. You're always crippled walking around. So definitely learning to back off. And it's definitely paid dividends, man. Like, I feel a lot better. I recover quicker. I can train harder. So it's definitely been an adjustment, but it's working out for me.
Give me your thoughts on Mr. Howard, your opponent, Saturday night. He's a guy. He's got a lot of fights. He's fought a lot of tough guys. He's been up and down quite a bit in his career. How good of a matchup is this for you?
Style-wise, man, this is great for me because I definitely think I hold the grappling and wrestling advantage. You know, anybody's ever seen me fight, I think I've done one takedown my entire career. So it's going to be a stand-up fight. I know I've got the better grappling and wrestling, so I can control where it takes place. And, I mean, in the great words of Tony Parker, man, kicking to get you killed, karate to get you killed. Like, he's got this crazy kung fu background. And I'm just like, okay, man, that's all well and good. It's awkward. But I'm going to box your face off at close range. I'm going to punch your liver, and I'm going to kick you in the leg. You're 40 years old. There's no way in hell he's going to win. Like, you know, he's going to be able to fight this pace. Like, the fight I lost with Forrest Peck, man, I'm telling you, is the best. Like, it hurt to lose that fight, but it was the best thing for me to completely change, like, my outlook on fighting and how I fought. And I just making those adjustments. And now, I mean, if I can stop a guy wearing 16-ounce gloves, going to his body, touching his body, touching his legs, you know, you're 40 years old. What are you going to do when I touch you with 4-ounce gloves on? Like, there's no way. This is a fun matchup for me.
So we announced that you're going to be on the show, and I got some requests to ask you about what's up with the possible fight or the conversation that you've had about Ryan Thomas. What's up with this?
Oh, God, is Tim Willis, like, stalking this show already? Is Tim Willis stalking the show? It is Tim Willis, isn't it?
We've got some voyeurs who like to read these Facebook threads, and that actually made thread of the week. We usually do a thread of the week, and that was one of them with all that. So, yeah, you were scheduled to fight Ryan. He gets hurt.
Yeah.
You got a win, looking for your second win. He's coming off a loss to Dom. Is this fight even a possibility?
I mean, so as you know, he got hurt, whatever. I trained my ass off for Thomas. Like, I got my knee up for him, kept training, they worked me like a freaking dog, man. Like, so I was ready for that fight. He gets hurt. I'm not knocking. I can't blame the guy for getting hurt. It's happened to me before. I get it. Cool. You know, I've since moved past it. I'm looking for bigger. I'm looking for stuff. I got this fight coming up. I've got some offers that we're looking at, some big stuff I can't really talk about yet, but some really big career moves coming up. And they're like, "Oh, fight Ryan Thomas now." And I'm like, "Well, you know, unfortunately for him, for this part, I've got more stuff coming up right now." And everybody has been like, "Oh, you know, like, fight Ryan Thomas would get in the UFC." I was like, he fought in the UFC in 2008, man. I was like coming out of high school last time he was in UFC. It's like 2006, 2008, something like that. I'm like, bro, like, no disrespect. And like, nothing against Ryan. This is going to Tim. Because Tim's like Tim like talks about him like he's like, you know, God's gift to MMA. And I'm like, he hasn't been relevant in like almost a decade. Literally. Like, beating him isn't going to put me in the UFC. It's not going to do that. We all know I'll never fight for Bellator. Anyone that knows me knows, like, Bellator hates my guts. So, you know, it's whatever. But beating him's not going to get me in the UFC. There's more entertaining stuff out there. Like, it's nothing disrespectful, but, you know, this is a career for me, man. I'm not just doing it because somebody's like, he's tough. I'm like, well, good for you. Everybody's tough. But, I mean, I'll fight him. It's no problem, but you're going to pay me for it because the way I was taught to function, you just fight if the name is good, the money's right, or the venue's big. Now, Ryan Thomas isn't going to get me in the UFC. Boom. You know, if it's for a local show, it's not really enticing, so that leaves money. If you pay me well for it, hey, it's a possibility. But I'm just not going to do it just because somebody's like, oh, he's tough. There's a lot of tough guys out there who can get me closer to where I want to be. Like, they're like, oh, well, you know, you're a fighter, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm a prize fighter. I fight for money. Like, I fight for a prize. Like, not just, you know, this is a job for me. So, I mean, if they want to cough up the money, sure. Until that point, there's more entertaining stuff out there for me.
You talked about the Bellator hate you. Did you get any blowback? Because Chuck Wells, me, we're watching, you know, the guy that you just beat get in the tournament have some success, and you like that fight that you guys had was never mentioned. And I looked it up. Like, I looked it up to make sure it was on mixedmartialarts.com, and it was. And I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, oh man, there was definitely a blowback there. That was definitely not one of the smartest moves on my part. But you live and you learn. Yeah, kind of like, I hope Chuck Wells is listening to this. He's probably like shaking his head, like, my God, he's listening finally. I mean, that was a mistake on my part. So, like, I'm pretty sure Bellator will never have me fight for Bellator. So, I mean, I dug the hole. So, man, I made my bed. I'll sleep in it. It's no biggie. Keep moving, but, you know, Bellator's not really an option. So, you got to keep walking past it.
I will say that I thought your the disgruntledness on your part was fair. Like,
well, I felt disrespected. I felt very disrespected. Like, I literally dropped this man in the second round with body shots, and he wouldn't stand back up. Like, he told me no. He told the ref no. He refuses to stand up. I made him run from me. And you turn around and put him in a tournament and then act like I didn't beat him? And I'm like, he got to the finals, right? He made, like, what, like $60,000 for that? I'm broke, man. I'm over here struggling. This guy's got $60,000? And he's like, come on, man. I've had 2 people I've beaten have been in Bellator tournaments. I'm like, this is crazy, man.
That's what I didn't understand, because you'd had that relationship with Bellator. You know, you went down there and they knew who you were, and to pick between you or Kessler, I'd be like, well, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's all, man. It's MMA, man. It's not how good you are, too, you know. And you're definitely learning that the hard way. It's all about who you know. So I've definitely been going out of my way to, make some new friends, some new acquaintances, and I was always that guy, like, I'll do it on my own. Now I've realized, like, you kind of need a hand in this sport, so I've got no problem, like, getting help where I can. It's one of those things you learn, man, you grow up from. It's definitely maturing in the sport, even though it sucks sometimes.
We're almost out of time, but it's never too early to think about Christmas. I don't know if you've noticed, Josh Blanchard's back in the fight game. Will we see that fight this year?
Christmas money. Yes. Oh, my God. I guarantee I'll fight you, Josh Blanchard. I'll tell you, I'm going into space. He's always got an excuse. Like, the first time he's like, I've got a brain tumor. I'm like, okay, we'll probably never fight again. Then he's like, that's gone. We're like, let's fight. I'm going into space. You know, like, I'm a Navy SEAL. Like, dude's got an excuse for everything. Like, I'm glad you mentioned that, though. I'm going to go Facebook stalk him right now. I got off his phone. But, I mean, I don't even know why I hate Josh Blanchard so much. I don't know what he did to him. I just don't like him. Like, I don't know. He's one of those people. Apparently, he's a nice guy. I think I just hate his YouTube videos. Like, in all honesty, I just hate it. He's got, like, this really long YouTube series that made me hate him. I'm like, oh, my God, I need to punch you in the face.
Oh. Well, man, Juan will be there this Saturday night. CFC number 3. You are Mr. Main Event. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's a good fight for you. I'm excited for what you've got coming up. I'd like to see Chris Curtis active. I like stalking you on social media, and I like seeing you come out with the victory, man. You're good people.
Well, I'm definitely glad to be active again, man, and definitely looking forward to. I'm expecting a knockout victory for this one. Like, somebody's going to sleep, but we're both stand-up guys, so this should be a good return to form for me. So it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Well, man, before I let you go, here's your chance. Any shout-outs, thank yous, anything you want to throw out there?
Yeah, definitely. Man, thanks to everybody, Nate Fitch and everybody at Son of Siam, man. Like, these guys opened the doors to me, and they've been beating me like a freaking drum, getting me ready, getting my tie back in good form. Like, I feel better than I felt in a long time, man. Thanks to all those guys. Thanks to Scott Wegman and everybody at Drive, man. I've been going to Drive MMA a lot. These guys have been nothing but supportive, in my transition out of Vision. And also thanks to Robert White, man, and the guys down at Reed Academy who've also welcomed me in, man. I've become a product of a lot of different places, and, I've got a lot of people who've been helping me and pushing me and getting behind me. So just thanks to all those, those 3 places and all the people there, man. Like, I couldn't do it without them. And thanks to my girlfriend for putting up with me. Yeah, she's smiling now, like, you better mention me. But, yeah, she put me too, so thank you.
Bless her heart, man. Bless her heart. It's funny you mentioned Rob. He's up next, but until Saturday, man, stay healthy. Have a good trip up to Mentor, Ohio, and we'll talk to you again soon, Chris.
All right, later, guys. We'll get back to you.
There you guys go. Christopher Curtis. Main event this Saturday night. Mentor, Ohio. Juan will be there. But now, one of my favorite guys in the business, and this is no lie. If you follow Rob White and what he's been doing here lately, and just his story, man, like, he's one of the good guys, good in person, on social media, badass fighter, and we're lucky to have him here with us right now. Let's see, Rob White, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
You out there working the mean streets?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I took off. The way it worked out, I've been off, and I took off so I could get a lot of training in the week before the fight this Saturday. So actually, I'm kind of just training this week and hanging out with the family. So
you've had like a roller coaster. Like, you were supposed to fight somewhere else, right? And then that fight fell off. Then you got this fight in Williamstown, and then I thought that fight was off, but it's back on. What's going
it's
on?
It's kind of crazy. Originally, I was supposed to fight with Chris, who I was just listening to. Good interview. Dave Sweeney, he contacted me, and he asked me to fight on his show. And I was really excited about that. I was supposed to be fighting a really tough opponent. And for some reason or whatever, their camp never signed a contract, or I don't know what happened. Don't know the story. Supposedly, the guy that I was supposed to fight is still fighting on the card. So you can call that whatever you want to call it. And then Billy contacted me and offered me Ian Ramel, which I'm all about, you know. And then I guess about maybe 2 weeks ago, I guess Ian and them wasn't sure he was going to be able to make 155. And yeah, I guess he backed out of the fight, and Billy got back with me, and he was like, you know, we got another guy for you. But that guy, you know, like, nothing against anybody, he just wasn't the caliber fighter that I want to face. You know, like Chris just said, this isn't, you know, about going and facing the toughest person at this point. You know, I have goals. So you got to take smart fights and fights that strategically place you where you want to be. So I was like, you know, I'd much rather fight Ian at 165 than 55 if we can do that. And he got back with me like a few hours later. It was like, Ian's in for 65. So it was off and it was on, but, you know, I kept training through it all, so it all worked out in the end.
Does that scare you going back and forth like that, knowing that he couldn't make 55, but are you worried he won't be able to make 65, or does that even matter?
You know, it matters and it doesn't matter. You know, like I've had a longer layoff than I wanted. I was supposed to fight early in the year. That fell through, and I haven't fought since November. So really, man, like, it matters, you know, like, if you can say you can make this weight and it's a catch weight, you know, like as a professional and out of respect for, you know, not necessarily me, but for the sport, you know, make the weight. But you know, I really want to fight and get in the cage, and I really want to fight him. You know, he's a tough opponent and somebody that I look forward to stepping in the cage with. So
earlier, I guess within the last month or so, you just popped up like a social media butterfly. Walk me through what all this is about. You know, if you go to BluegrassMMA.com, you can kind of see the story that Rob's trying to tell. But how did this all come about for you?
Yeah, you know, like like I'm really not. My wife says I'm huge into social media, but I'm really not, and I really don't like put myself out there. You know, like I feel like I'm bragging or talking about myself because I'm the type of person. You know, your actions speak for you. You don't have to say anything, but you know, it's an entertainment business, and, you know, like, I'm to a point where I'm learning that sometimes you have to do some things to get ahead. And, like, I entered this sponsorship athlete search for First Form. And the reason I entered it, you know, like, I looked at it, I read it, and I was like, man, that's me. You know, like, I got to start doing these things and reaching out and trying stuff if I want to be successful and have bigger teams, not just MMA, but, you know, like there's a whole business and entertainment aspect to MMA. And you got to reach out and get that stuff if you want to be successful. So I entered this contest, and it's over on August 1st. But until then, you know, you're supposed to build up this following on social media and put yourself out there and showcase why you deserve to win this this athlete search. So I'm sticking to it, and I'm doing it. It's tough. Like, every day I get on to put something, I'm like, man, I know people are tired of seeing this stuff, but I'm sticking to it and putting the stuff out there. So,
like, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed your short vlogs. Like the story you told about switching jobs, having that fight for Bellator, and then you lost. Like, a lot of people wouldn't tell that story. You know, that's kind of like, man, that's rough.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's life, man. Like I say, you know, like I'm naked, you know. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so like I have nothing to hide, you know. Everything I do 100%. You know, I am who I am, and really, I feel like if you don't like it or if you can't appreciate it, then it doesn't matter. Our paths aren't gonna cross. So the people who enjoy that stuff, you know, I'm gonna put it out there for them. I'm not embarrassed about who I am. You know, everything I do out of goodwill, and I really do care for people, and I'm just me. So there's no reason to hide that.
I gotta say, I'm trying to model myself after you and do that, kind of cheat on the sleep. If I can cheat some time out, not obviously not for working out, but just maybe for a little bit extra time to be productive. I could do that.
Yeah, people.
Like,
I always say, like, Huh? I'm sorry.
I said Rob White's got that down. Why didn't I think of it?
It's more of a It's more of an energy and will. I call it your life chi. Everything you do takes something out of you. Like whether it's like mentally or whatever. So like everybody says they don't have time. I don't have time, which isn't the case. A lot of people just don't have the energy. You put so much thought and emotion into different things, and you just don't have the energy to attack things, which is what you have to learn to do first. Is not I don't have the time. It's I need to build up the energy, and I just have to go after it. You're just gonna be tired while you're fighting, or fighting to have a better life. There's not gonna be sleep all the time, or you're not always gonna have the energy or stuff like that. You just got to go out and do it. Make the time.
How much of that spills over, like your attitude and your personality? Does that spill over, or do you contribute to the guys and gals at Reed Academy? Obviously one of my favorite gyms anywhere. Just your whole crew is top notch, great people. Like I feel like that you guys just thrive off of each other.
Yeah, I can't speak. I can't say what I do for people I interact with or who I train with, but I really do try to I say lead by example, and not necessarily look at me, but if I'm out there and I'm tired and I'm coming in and I'm giving 100% every day and I'm not quitting, I'm going all, people see that. Your teammates see that, and they're like, if he can do it, I can do it, or I don't want Rob to outwork me. When you go out of your way to get to the gym, I got a family, I got a job, and your teammates have fights, and people don't realize, you need your teammates there to train, but a lot of fighters are selfish. It's the number one attribute of good fighters, actually, to be selfish. You go through your fight camp, and then when your fight's over, you disappear from the gym. But it takes a lot of active thinking and active thought, and actually caring about your teammates. When your fight's over, like Matt Rauman, he just fought Saturday and won a belt. He texted me on Sunday night hey, I'm gonna be in Monday. What time are you gonna be in? And he's been he was at the gym yesterday. He was at the gym today, just training and working with me. He just fought Saturday. He got right back in the gym so we can help each other grow and stuff. So I think I hope that the positive attitude is rubbed off, and I just think surround yourself with a good group of people. So,
how much do you consider yourself, knowing Charles and knowing kind of his background, how much do you weigh yourself as a martial artist as compared to a mixed martial artist or a fighter?
I'm more of a mixed martial artist. Charles, in the Reed Academy, is definitely a traditional martial arts school, transitioning over into MMA. Me, for my goals and stuff, I get a lot of that influence, a lot of Silat, JKD, your traditional martial arts, but my goals aren't necessarily, maybe once my MMA career is over, I might go and focus more on that stuff. But it's really it's too much for MMA. Mixed martial arts, you have to take the basics from every art that you want to put inside the cage, and you have to be really good at them, really good at those basics. But you can't really delve into the deep stuff of it. Most of your MMA guys aren't going to be world champions in jiu-jitsu because you can't dedicate that time strictly to jiu-jitsu because your MMA game will suffer. Or, you can't go train boxing for 6 hours a day and become a phenomenal boxer because you'll get taken down. So you kind of got to pick and choose from each art and perfect those and get the basics down. So,
not looking past Saturday night, because this is obviously a huge fight for you. 2 Bellator veterans going at it. He's got the edge on you in experience. Great opportunity. But how active do you want to be? You mentioned you've got the job, the family, all these teammates getting ready. Like, how active do you see yourself the rest of the year? How active do you want to be?
My goals, and even before this year started, I wanted to fight 2 or 3 times this year, and I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 times next year, which, if everything goes well and goes as planned and goes as I train, and those will be wins there. And I'm 3-1 right now, so if I get, say, 2 more fights this year, that'll put me at 5-1. And say I get 3 fights next year, that'll put me at 8-1, and I'll be 30 years old. Which hopefully I can start, like, if I get 8-1 and get some impressive victories, I can get into the UFC or, like the Bellator tournament, and then see what happens from there. I don't need to fight a ton of fights throughout the year. I think I'm in a really good spot where I can train and get better and pick and choose smart fights. So.
Well, man, I'm excited for this. I'm excited every day to see what Rob White has in store for me. And reading, like, when you read what these people write about you, like, that has to get to you, right? Like, did you know
man, it was
these people felt that way? Or
no, it really was overwhelming, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that much, and even I kind of got embarrassed because, like, all these, like, there's a ton of stories that I didn't even post because I felt like it almost got to a point where I didn't want people to think I was bragging or look at me, I'm so great or this and that. But I almost felt like, man, these people took the time out to write this stuff. I need to share it. But yeah, it was overwhelming. A couple times I kind of tear up, like, oh man, I didn't even know that. So it was cool that people stepped up and actually put stuff out there for this opportunity with this athlete search for me, because it could change my life. It's big to me, so I appreciated that.
I don't know how I'd feel if people. I would hate to ask people because I really wouldn't want to hear what they had to say about me. Scared to death.
No, I guess it was scary too, because when I wrote, I was like, man, what if nobody replies? And I just put this out here, and I was like a big egg in my face, like, oh man. But no, it was overwhelming, the responses, and it feels good to know that, you do things and you take actions and you go out of your way to be a good person and to go that extra mile in life. Like, this is the only life you got. Why not go all out in everything you do? Help people. And it just feels really good to know that people do take notice of that and appreciate it. So.
Juan was going to write something. You all went to high school together, right? You and Juan?
Yeah.
Did you ever give him a wedgie?
No, I wasn't that type of guy.
But Juan brings that out of people. Juan brings, you have the people that wouldn't think do that would do that. So.
Yeah.
Rob, man, I appreciate you stopping by. It's always great to talk with you and all the guys there and girls at Reed Academy. Big fight this Saturday night in Williamstown, Kentucky. Before I let you go, man, shout out to any of your sponsors, training partners, anybody that's helped you along the way. The floor is all yours, my man.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. First shout out, I got to shout out to my wife, who honestly I can say, if it wasn't for her making the sacrifices and allowing me to resign and do all that stuff, I wouldn't be here in MMA right now. And she gave me a hard time. I just did another radio interview, and she was like, you didn't even thank me. I want to thank her. Shout out to my daughters, everybody at Reed Academy. I'm not going to mention all of them by name. Everybody knows who they are that trains with me. My buddy Rob Mooney, who's the wrestling coach at Northwest High School, and he actually fought when MMA wasn't as popular, but he's been coming in and helping me out a lot. Robbie Maloff's been working with me a lot, getting my jiu-jitsu game on point, brought me up to his place, let me spar with him and stuff. Tom Hayden, got to work with him. Chris Curtis, he gave me a shout-out, give him a shout-out. We've been working together a lot. And I hope I didn't. Scott put us through a good workout Sunday over at Drive, my buddy Brian Hobble. So, yeah, I've been working with a lot of people, want to shout out to them. And if I forgot anybody, it's not intentional. I apologize. But.
Tell us where we can find you at on Twitter before I let you go.
Oh, yeah, at AW37White. That's at Raw37White. Same on Instagram. Go ahead, give me a follow.
What's up with the 37?
Actually, oh man, that's like back from high school. It's my old football number. And I picked that number in high school. 7, number of completion, like perfection. 3 is the Trinity, so 37.
Wow. I like it. See, that's all my stuff. If you really want to, like, crack my passwords, they all have 53 in there somewhere because that was my football number.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't small enough to be in the 30 jersey area, but man, once again, thanks so much. Go ahead.
Say 37. I want to say you might know this. Sean Alexander.
Boone
running
County.
Back, out of Kentucky. Yeah, I kind of looked up to him in high school and stuff. So.
Well, Rob, take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Best of luck Saturday night, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, and you guys have a good night.
There you guys go. Rob White, this Saturday night, Williamstown, Kentucky versus Ian Bramwell. You don't want to miss it. It's worth the price of admission. And I don't know why, but I just took my microphone away from my head. That was kind of silly of me. We've got about 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
Encourage everybody, shut up, Juan. Go to
don't you make me come over there. I will.
I just hung up on Juan. BluegrassMMA.com for all your news on these events that we're talking about tonight. You can like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/BluegrassMMA. And, of course, Twitter is at BluegrassMMA. Instagram is at BluegrassMMA. Pinterest is at BluegrassMMA. I think Juan had a Pinterest for a while. If you missed out on any of the results or the recaps over the weekend, they are all up. Results from IT Fights Series 26 in Columbus. Results from everywhere. Louisville.
How dare you? How dare you?
Just showing you that I can do that. Remember...
Hey, I can do it too. But if I do it, the show's done.
The show ends, yeah. Which it's been done before on accident. Tomorrow night, the Coyote Ugly Show right here on the ProMMANow.com radio network. Thursday night, Pro MMA Now Radio. Juan, guess who I get to talk to Thursday night?
Matt McCarthy from Live Sportscaster.
I'm not that big yet, but John Prisco, breaking his silence. He's coming out. It's been...
Finally, I saw they announced the show returning.
It's been a minute. I'm interested to see what's going on. We've got a big main event. Junior Asuncao versus Troy Gerhardt. They're going to do most of their shows in Florida now, but I still love them. Love Brooke. Her husband's all right. He's not as pretty as Brooke, but yeah. So if you want to join us, 347-884-9986 to see what's going on in the archive section. We got some folks here already. I see Aaron Garrett. He waits to the last minute, calls in. He doesn't give a damn about us. I think that's Jimbo.
He doesn't. It is Jimbo. I chatted with Jimbo. He told me something.
Uh-oh. Did he tell you about Iowa?
I'm disappointed. No, he told me about this podcast he's doing now and how he sent you a copy and you were to forward it on to me so I can listen and never got the email.
I downloaded it. We'll talk about that here in a second. It's awesome. If you just imagine Jimbo, free speech, kind of talking, it's everything that I want it to be and more. Better than Joe Rogan. But 347-884-9986. You can Skype in. Remember, we're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on LiveSportscaster.com. And all that.
And we're on that thing called iTunes as well, but yeah, it's just iTunes.
I said that first, dumbass.
Oh, I just heard Stitcher.
You gotta get that crud out of your ear. Hold on a second. How much
sorry,
time
I'm actually
fuck. I don't think I got all the fucks in. I don't think I got them all in before we went live.
10. Missed a couple. Also, follow us on Instagram at BluegrassMMA.
I already said all that after I hung up on you. I got all the plugs in.
Well, how am I supposed to know if you hung up on me?
How about you just know your role and shut your mouth?
My role is the leader of Bluegrass MMA. So if I shut my mouth, we fall under.
Let's be honest. You're just a laborer. You're day help.
No, I am the man that keeps the ship.
I'm glad Abby's not here. She got so mad at me last week for talking mean to you.
Oh, yeah, just wait till I see you. I haven't forgotten about that. Just wait.
We probably never see each other again. We're too busy.
We probably won't. No, because you never leave Kentucky.
You don't leave Ohio. When was the last time you left Ohio? January, February?
No, last month.
Where'd you go?
Indy.
That wasn't last month.
No, yeah, it was.
It was like April.
It was May 4th.
Let's welcome in our guests here. See if they want to join the roundtable discussion. Coming up, we'll have Thread of the Week. I hope Aaron Garrett's prepared for Thread of the Week. We'll talk to Jimbo about his podcast, if he's down. Or maybe I'll just do it myself, Juan. Aaron Garrett.
No, hey, you can do it yourself.
Why don't you two just get along?
I think we're going to have to hug it out, like Jason Adams and Eric Holden. I don't know. Hi, Aaron. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Are you relieved after the Columbus debut? Even though, we'll talk about it here in a minute, this Trey Cole, Chico Bates thing still confuses me. I'll have to get you and Juan to explain it. But let's welcome in Jimbo. Jimbo, you off work tonight?
I'm actually driving home from work right now, Gary.
Got it made, son. Made in the shade. Listen, is this true about you do have a Peruvian shaman that may be able to do some ayahuasca?
100%. There's I know someone who has already had an ayahuasca ceremony in Powell County, Kentucky, and they said it was amazing and it was everything they expected it to be, and that's something that I'm really interested in. I've heard a lot of UFC fighters, a lot of Fortune 500 guys. Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I've never heard one person that's done an ayahuasca ceremony say anything bad about it. They all rant and rave about, all the constructive things that come from it, and I'm kind of fucked up in the head, so I think it would be really good for me.
Now listen, if you've not, you need to find the episode of Rogan when he's talking with Aubrey Marcus, who did it 5 days in a row, and it did fuck him up. He found some inner demons.
The podcast that pushed me over, the podcast that made me decide that I was going to do ayahuasca, was the Dan Hardy London Reel. I don't know if you know who London Reel is or if you've ever listened to that podcast or not, but it's a great podcast. And they had Dan Hardy on there. And, Dan did his ayahuasca trip before he found out he had that wolf heart syndrome. And the whole time he was tripping on ayahuasca, he kept seeing wolves everywhere. And his nickname, the Outlaw, the Latin translation to English is He Who Lays with the Wolves. So, it was like this whole thing coming together whenever he finally found out he had that wolf's heart syndrome. And I don't know, I'm kind of looking for something similar myself in my experience. And I got to say, I'm kind of upset you didn't send Juan my podcast, man.
Fuck, see, it came in a weird format, so I was trying to, I converted it to MP3. I think I put a virus on my work computer, but that's okay because I got it. And I do have it. And my intentions were to talk to you about uploading it to like iTunes or Stitcher or something like that, but then
I would be more than happy if you would do that. I have to find another medium for recording podcasts because I have on my phone right now probably the best podcast ever recorded. Last night, Dave Hagerman, Ethan the Arm Boss Goss, Steve Armentrout, and myself, we sat down and we got the story, the scoop on everything that's happened to Steve Armentrout. People didn't know or don't know who Steve is. He's got a pretty interesting story that goes along with his jiu-jitsu career, and I've got the whole scoop. I've got him coming to 4 seasons, him leaving 4 seasons, the formation of Unica, the fall of Unica. I've got the whole scoop on this podcast, and I got to get it out there because
I've listened to it maybe 10 times, and I'm on it. It's one of the best podcasts I've ever heard. It's fucking fantastic. But yeah, I'm down. If you want to put it on iTunes, if you want to put it on Stitcher, and for the one or two people that are listening right now that have actually already listened to my podcast, though I say it's sponsored by Bluegrass MMA, it's really not. I just, I've done, Bluegrass MMA has done a shit ton for me, and I've done very little for them, and I feel like I owe a gratitude to these guys. So anytime I have a chance to shout them out, I do so. The same with the Bangtown Fightwear guys. Every single fucking event that I've gone to, and Albie's been there, he's treated me like family. So anytime I can do anything for those guys, it's the same. Fight Soap and Highly are actually jiu-jitsu sponsors of mine, so I shout them out as well. But the first and always, the first shout-out on the Jimbo Show will always be the Bluegrass MMA crew. Always.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So I went to Fight Soap, man. Right after your podcast, during your podcast, when you talked about them, I was like, man, I'm going to sign up for that sponsor thing, and I'm just going to give it to somebody. Because that's a good deal. They were sold out of fucking everything, Jimbo. Everything. They had like one bar of traditional ass soap or something.
Yeah.
And they were just processing orders from like months ago. So I get on their Instagram. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And there's like a whole subculture of buyers and traders of Fight Soap.
Absolutely, I'm on that as well. The Fight Soap Trade Depot, or the Fight Soap Depot. I put in I'm a sponsor. Like I said, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I'm a Fight Soap sponsored athlete. I put an order in February. It's June. I still don't have it, and it's not because those guys are sluggish and slow. Because Tom, all the people over there, they're excellent. They're one of the best companies I've ever worked with. They're just so busy. As soon as they put something on the shelf, it gets sold. I'm on the quote-unquote exclusive mailing list. Whenever they put products on the website, people that are on the mailing list get first dibs. And that shit is fucking sold out before I can even get on there, and I'm on the mailing list. It's a phenomenal product, and they can't keep it on the shelf. The Fight Soap people really know what they're doing. No offense to the defense soap people, because my friend Kevin Nolan uses defense. I've used it a couple times. It's okay, but it's nowhere near Fight Soap. That's just on another level.
Yeah, the presentation's not the same. Defense Soap out of Ohio, Aaron Garrett. Do you know those guys? Guy Sacco?
I've heard of them. They're up north, though, aren't they?
Yeah, Toledo something. He's a police officer up there, but like they unofficially sponsor a lot of your big wrestlers that are in the UFC and such. So
I think they unofficially sponsor Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Joe talks about him on his podcast all the time.
Yeah.
I've never not hit Guy up for some product and he not give it to me, though. I mean, that's just the kind of guy he is.
Yeah. Now, a question I have for Gary and Juan here is, since I have my own podcast going, I would love to have you two as a guest on my show one time. Do you think we can make that happen?
What?
I'm not sure you time anyway. What did you say, Aaron?
Well, listen, the only thing would be is we would all three have to be in the same place at the same time. And I don't want to say that I stole the idea of the Jimbo Show from Gary Thomas, but I've done a few Bluegrass MMAs, and I got to talk on the important part, and I got to talk on the director's cut part. And I wanted a podcast that is just like the beginning of the director's cut all the way through. I did West Virginia Fight Sports Radio for a while. I helped you guys out here whenever you guys would graciously let me, and I appreciate the shit out of that. But especially with the West Virginia Fight Sports Radio gig, I love podcasting. I love interviewing people and talking. I just got really tired of interviewing 1-0 girls from Virginia that I'm never going to meet or really know anything about. I got really tired of that. I got tired of interviewing 7 and 14 guys from fucking, buttfuck North Carolina. And no offense to any of the people that I've interviewed, because I've had some great interviews. But there's also been some really, really terrible ones, and I just could not do it anymore. But I miss Dave Maldonado, and I miss Cody Tuttle, and I miss James every once in a while. Hi, guys, it's James. I miss that every once in a while. But the Jimbo Show, son, I'm telling you, it's fucking tight. You guys are gonna love it.
Let's
I can't
talk
wait to hear
about Eric. I just sent it to you. Eric Jarvis and some of that stuff, and Hagerman's
the first
funny.
show,
shit,
yeah.
man.
Hagerman's great. Hagerman is such a good person. I didn't know he was a fucking philanthropist like that. The guy, you know, he dabbles in dating, you know, young ladies and does stupid shit. But on the other end, he and I say young ladies, I mean young. But on the other end, he is this philanthropist, and he goes out of his way to start this shoe drive, and he's just a very complex individual. I was very lucky to have him on the very first episode of the Jimbo Show. Just like the second episode, man, I'm telling you, that Fast Steve episode, it's gonna ruffle some feathers. That shit's real.
Hey, if you've been a follower of this show, Steve probably did 50 episodes as my co-host before, and even after Juan came on board.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of fucking trouble though. His mouth always got us in trouble.
Well, I'm telling you, he tells it like it is in this one. This is a no holds barred. That's what I wanted. You know, for people that don't really know me or know Steve, Steve is a former Carlson Gracie Junior brown belt. He's a Marcelo Montero brown belt right now. He's my jiu-jitsu instructor, and he's like he's one of my best friends. He's one of the people I look up to, and you know, Steve is a very brash, opinionated person, and he lets everyone around him know how he feels. And it's like I said, man, it's lightning in a bottle. It's great. I can't wait to get it out there. I just got to figure out a way to get it out there, and also I got to find another system for recording these podcasts because it's a bitch to get them off my phone.
Yeah, those files are pretty big. So.
Yeah, they are. I gotta figure something else out because you know I didn't think when I thought it was just gonna be kind of something. You know, a fart in the pan. I've done a couple podcasts before. You know, like after training, I'll get guys together and we'll talk or whatever. But we just got done training. We're exhausted. You know, shit doesn't work. But this format, where I come to you, is pretty much like a podcast assault. I sit down in your house and we do it right there. And the formula seems to work pretty well.
Listen, you know where I live. I've been doing one with my daughter every day.
I know, man. I'm listening to those. Those are fucking hilarious.
And so I've actually got the setup now where
one with Abby and Charlie is hilarious. The one where they cut you out completely.
For Father's Day? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. But yeah,
let me ask you this.
Okay.
I've got strong opinions on this, and I feel like terrestrial radio is dying and will be dead, you know, before our lifetime's out. Do you think that? I mean, there's so much. You think about all my favorite stuff to listen to. You listen to it on your own time. It's not like 5 o'clock. Tune into the after drive on Sports Talk 590, whatever. Nobody does that shit. I mean,
nobody
you
does that
time.
shit. Nobody listens to Nick Six. Howard Stern's not on the radio. Like, you know, times have changed. It's the 21st century. It's, you know, things are getting crazy. You're right. Radio will die within our lifetime. So here's something you don't predict, Gary Thomas. TV will die within our lifetime. If it's not live, if it's not a live sporting event, if it's not a UFC being broadcast or an NFL game being broadcast, why in the fuck would I sit down and watch it when I have a DVR that can record it and I can watch it at my own leisure? Or it's on Hulu, or it's on Netflix, or it's on YouTube. I don't even watch TV anymore. I really watch YouTube, and I'll watch Hulu, and I'll watch Netflix. So not only is radio going to die, because radio is going to die, podcasts are going to take over. You don't have to sit and just listen to Tom Boy and Billy if you don't want to. There's a million internet stations on the internet. You can listen to the Jimbo Show, or you can listen to Primetime.
Have we lost Jimbo?
I think we did.
So, traveling through the hills of WV.
Damn it. What do you think about that? I actually asked Aaron that question, but Jimbo, I think he's right, man. 'Cause, like, think about it. When's the last time you watched a TV show and didn't do it on your own time? Like, you didn't fast forward through all the commercials, you didn't watch it on Netflix or Hulu or something like that?
No, I mean, it's so bad right now. I mean, I pay extra each month so my DVR can record 4 shows instead of 2.
I mean, I hate watching commercials. Like, I DVR everything anymore, and I mean, I don't. It's just that's how it is now.
Yeah, and think about this:
I keep mine
when
on
you do
background.
watch TV, even when you're, what do you hear?
I said I keep mine on in the background, just let it play, like while I'm doing other stuff.
Even when it's on, you either have your phone, your laptop, iPad, whatever, if not two devices in front of you, which is crazy. Why would you even buy commercials anymore?
Oh, exactly. Like, I have a radio station here, and trying to make me buy radio ads for our next show. I'm just like, I don't see people listening to radio anymore.
That's right. Whatever they're charging, we'll do it for half.
Deal. They charge me $2. They're charging me $2.
Well, $1 would be more than. I don't know. I can't say nothing bad. I love your posters, and I love seeing our logo on there. So that, for now, I'll take that. For now. Scott Sheely.
Hey.
You got to come off with some stuff. What?
I'm waiting on the new updated BG MMA logo.
Are you making? Oh, is Aaron supposed to make that?
From Aaron. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm being slacker.
And then I say I'm gonna order the Adobe Cloud. Aaron says I'll get you all that stuff. 2 fucking weeks ago.
How am I supposed to get it to you?
I don't know how you were gonna get to me in the first place, but I'm just waiting on it.
Dropbox.
I got that.
All right, I'll Dropbox it to you tonight.
If you don't,
yeah.
I'm shaving your head.
Deal. That's what I have to do.
Have you researched your thread of the week?
Yeah, I got not any really good ones this week, but I can't remember his name. I'm looking it back up right now. Let's see. I think Cody Hogan. I think it was on Real Indiana or Huggins. Cody Huggins.
Yeah.
But does anybody else beat off the police hearing pictures, or is it just me? And it goes on and on. I mean, she does post a lot of pictures of her half naked. But hey, I guess I'm not complaining.
No, I think that was a complaint.
The picture that Bobby Emmons posted, holy shit. That dude's about to touch his wiener.
Wait, which one did he post?
Bobby, in that same thread, he posts a picture of himself in his underwear with, I think that's David Overfield, about to lick his nipple and grab his pee-pee.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a trip. You mentioned earlier tonight on the podcast that you'd pay $25 to a friend, Chris Curtis, on Facebook, so you listen to him. But I would say Bobby Emmons might give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
Let's
talking about Indiana. I talked to 2 gyms from over there. One gym from Fort Wayne, one gym from Indianapolis. Both of them said they don't want to fight Indy anymore because there's too much drama.
Oh, who would have fucking thought that?
I was like, no, never.
So, like, I thought I was friends with Shane from Cage Craze, right? Like, he's another media outlet. I think he's got more into management and stuff, but like he totally unfriended me, unfriended Mark Slater, unfriended Juan. I don't know if it's because we talk bad about Indy. And we're not talking bad about the fighters, just the stupid shit they say and the drama.
What's his last name?
I don't know. I don't know. His Facebook's Cage Craze. And like he posts shit like, well, since Cage Craze is dead in the water, here are the results for Impacto Kickboxing Night.
Hey, he's still my friend.
Well, he probably talks bad about us.
Not anymore after he listens to this and hears you chatting with us. I
I didn't say which page.
Yeah. Like, no, but I don't want to say, I'm not saying anything bad about him, but just that, like, I don't know what, friended and unfriended me and blocked me several times since the inception of Bluegrass MMA. And I've been nothing but good. I've talked to him on the phone. We took pictures with him. It's just weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I never had talked to him. Let's see.
You know what it is? He doesn't like your beard.
There is no CageCraze.com.
What do you mean there's a cage?
Look, go to CageCraze.com. See if there's anything there.
He sent me one message.
What'd he say?
Just asked him about a fighter I was looking for. Nope, there's not
sad.
one.
So sad. All right,
Hey,
I got to take my customary break. Juan, take over.
This is what we call the big gulp break.
Big gulp break.
Yeah.
So
how are you feeling?
I'm still tired from this weekend, but I bought the new UFC. I'm about to play it for the first time.
Oh, you bought the new UFC game?
Yeah.
For Xbox One?
Xbox 360.
Excellent.
I
know how it goes, man. Is that here? Someone else was playing it today. I heard it was a little bit of a letdown, but that's just one person's opinion. So I would definitely like to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I just got home from work. Yeah, I worked today. It's bull crap.
What work did you do?
I had to do a awards ceremony.
Slacker.
I know. This company, well, it's pretty cool. It was like a company awards ceremony, and like they gave like everybody like Bluetooth radios. This company had to be rich.
That is awesome.
They gave out their top employee a new 2013 Kawasaki 4-wheeler.
Damn, that is nice. That's nice.
Company.
Getting back to MMA here and away from your job, I want to know what your thoughts are on Chica Bays, because I got wind of what happened. Didn't really get to hear what you thought about it. So now that we're in the director's cut, anything goes. Let's hear what you have to say. For those of our listeners who don't know, let me give a little backstory. Chica Bays was supposed to fight Trey Cole III out of Indiana. Chica Bays was making his long-awaited professional debut after many missed matches over the past few months where fights have fallen through. He's going to make his return on Saturday night at IT Fight Series 26. Hi, Gary. And they were going to meet at the welterweight fight, or welterweight division, 170 pounds. And correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Aaron, but he came in 3 pounds over at 173, and in the state of Ohio, you have a 7-pound allowance. So as long as Trey Cole would have weighed in at 166 pounds or more, he would have been good. The fight would have been on. But Trey Cole weighed in at 164, I believe, and this was the day after on Saturday, whereas Chica Bays weighed in on Friday, the normal weigh-ins for the pros. Trey was traveling from Tennessee or from Indiana, so he didn't come on Friday. He came on Saturday. And Friday night, Chica Bays, I'm assuming, was under the impression that Trey was not going to weigh less than 66 pounds. He rehydrated himself, got all his food, fuel, nutrition back in his body, so he put some pounds on afterwards. And then Trey weighed in at 164, and then Chica Bays didn't have the time or energy to cut the additional weight.
What weight was he going to fight at? 170?
170.
Yeah.
And this guy weighs in at 164?
Correct.
Dang.
So, exactly. I mean, pretty much what happened is, okay, so, Friday night, we're at the venue weighing in the pros. A week before the fight, Trey asked me if he could weigh on Saturday. I called the commission. They approved it. I just told him he couldn't if he weighs over 170 or over 171, it wouldn't be able to cut because it's a day up. But he said he was walking around at 168. So I called him. So it comes Friday night. Friday night, Chico weighs in at 173. The commission told him that what he could do is stay at that weight if Trey Cole comes in at 166. So we called Trey Cole. I asked him to step on the scale and weigh himself, and he told me he weighs at 169. So
159 or 169?
169.
Okay.
So they both agreed to just letting Chico stay at that weight, not cutting the last 2 pounds, and come Saturday, Trey came in late, about half an hour late. Nothing big deal. So he didn't get to pre-weigh himself before the commission, official weighed in. He steps on the scale at 164. Nothing we could do about it. The fight's off. So technically, I don't know who's in the wrong there, who's in the right.
Who's in the wrong? How you going to agree to fight at 170 and not even be anywhere close to 170?
Well, yeah, both of them. But Chico missed weight too, though.
Chico's at fault. If you come underweight, that's, it sucks, but, it's more or less the fighter comes in overweight.
That's
right.
Great.
Technically the weight class is from 156 to 170. So you can weigh anywhere in between there. So if Chico weighed in at 170, the fight would have happened. Or even 171. Because you're allowed a pound allowance. So, but, also, I don't know what happened with Trey weighing at 169. That's 5 pounds. Amy told me he chugged a gallon of water on the way to the weigh-ins.
Listen, no, this is no disrespect to Trey Cole. I feel like he's trying to do the best he can. But this motherfucker admitted he has no gym. He doesn't train anywhere.
Right.
Like, I feel like he needs some guidance in his life. I don't know.
Hey, some people are just born killers.
Yeah, his record reflects that one.
Hey, I didn't say he was born killer. I just said some people are.
So, hopefully,
So let me ask this. You don't have to answer this if you don't want, but do you pay both of them? I don't understand contractually what happens there.
We didn't. I'm not gonna lie about it.
You're technically violating the contract, right? If you and plus you didn't even fight, so I'm sure there's something that says the fight's off. You're not making any money.
Yeah, technically we don't have to, even if a fighter missed weight. Technically we don't have to pay show money. We should, and I would, if Trey didn't say. If Trey told me the truth of being 169. So
I understand
that was my predicament.
This is what I don't understand. Also, they're professionals. They're within 10 pounds of each other. I guess you penalize whoever's overweight. I don't even know how the fuck that works, but I feel like most places that fight would have been able to take place if they agree. I'll fight you. Kentucky, they'd have been like, yeah, we'll still fight, no big deal.
Yeah, Indiana, you're allowed to have 10 pounds.
Kentucky,
Pennsylvania, I think you're allowed to have 10.
Probably have 2 weight classes here.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Hey,
I could
This
fight
is
a
Ohio.
135er in Kentucky.
We have more strict rules, laws, regulations than the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas. Okay.
In Nevada, you're even allowed to have 10 pounds.
We're worse.
That's. I mean, I'm all for regulation, but damn, there's like EKG, and I realize now that dude's old, and we have that same rule here, so I guess that's part of it, you know. He's 30.
Yeah.
He's about to be 40. Which, I mean, I don't know. Fuck, if you want to fight, fight.
Right. I mean, they're both signing contract. I mean, Trey still wanted to fight. Of course, Chico still wanted to fight, but
I'm gonna ask you this: you have to refund tickets. You got, like in Kentucky, if that happens, allegedly at the beginning of the show, you're supposed to say, "Hey, Chico Bays was supposed to fight tonight. It's not going to happen. Anybody that bought a ticket to see him can get a refund at the door within like the next 30 minutes or something." Do you guys have to do that, or how's that work?
Oh yeah, we refund. I think we only refund 2 tickets for Chico because Chico, when he found out, called everybody and said that he wasn't fighting and drove around and gave money back that he sold.
God. So, like that, fucked you guys, pretty much.
I mean, it probably lost us about 25 tickets.
That's not cheap.
It's not, no.
Who's texting me right now?
But I mean, we still had a pretty good show. So I mean, I don't know. We had for our first time there, you know, a good crowd.
Hey,
I thought the crowd was great.
I don't know if one told you, Gary, but we probably had about, I would say anywhere from 30 to 40 Canadians there.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they drove all the way down from, you know, a 6-7 hour drive to watch their guys fight.
And they all won except for Eric, right?
And I mean I mean, I'm not saying nothing much, but I think I don't know how to predict that fight still.
I had it for two rounds, 1 to Eric. Me personally.
It was a real close fight. I wish we would have made that a 5-round fight.
That, or I wish the referee would have stood him up more. I mean, he went the whole third round without even setting him up.
Exactly. Yeah, I was really disappointed about that.
What was your question, Gary?
I don't know. Oh, how did Anthony Jameson look?
He looked awesome, actually. He rocked the Canadian and had him on his back and almost finished the fight.
Except for he didn't listen to his corner at all, which was Dom Steele and
he also missed weight too.
Jameson. But anyways, Dom Steele and his other guy, I can't think of his name right now. Anyways, I said that right.
Ronnie Jordan.
Ronnie Jordan, yes. I was like right there. But anyways, they were saying stand up, stand up, stand up. When Matt DeCenso was on the ground trying to get Jameson down to his guard, Jameson fell for it, went down into his guard during the second and third round, and at the end of the second round, he got put into a leg triangle, and DeCenso was just laying down some vicious elbows, ended up cutting Jameson open. Jameson's face is kind of like all bumps and bruises and all that. Third round, same thing. He should have stayed up on his feet, because on the feet, and he was winning the fight, hands down. But DeCenso wanted no part of that. Kept falling back to his back to bring Jameson down to the ground. Jameson followed. Eventually, same thing happened third round. Got caught in a leg triangle, and he started just getting elbowed to death, and eventually tapped out to the strikes. But if he would have stayed on his feet, he probably would have won that fight.
Oh yeah. I just think his conditioning wasn't there, and he told me the reason why he missed weight was because he was sick all week. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, he weighed in at 90.
So he lost money.
Yeah, he lost money too. But he just didn't look conditioning, and he just looked real tired. But I mean, Matt even told me after the fight that was one of his hardest fights he's ever had. So
Jameson looked good against Steve Belt. You know, I mean, he's got that in him.
He does. He got some power with him too.
Man, down at Hard Rock, Cats, it was. You've been to Expo 5, Juan.
Yeah.
You've done boxing and MMA there.
Yeah, it's on the on like the worst strip in all of the world.
Yeah, it's in a rough spot, but this crowd was crazy, man. It was. They opened up the bay doors because Aaron, it's kind of like in a huge hangar. Imagine that, a huge hangar that's connected to a flea market. It's really weird. It's a nice place. The location's awful, but they were like grilling outside, and they had live music in the bar, which was like 2 rooms over, and like there were some really good fights, man. It's probably one of the best events I've been to all year. Like the heavyweights threw down, and it went like you thought one guy was about to get knocked out, and he knocked the other guy out. Q Parks looked fucking crazy good. Adam Fritz, man, Adam. You watch that fight, I thought Indiana boy was about to get him. I don't think he would have finished him, but it was pretty close first 2 rounds. I'd say that it may have been 1-1, if not 2-0 for Dowsett.
Nice.
Then Fritz got the armbar, and the crowd, they're like, knock that mullet off his head. Rubber guard ain't worth the shit. I was like, oh, God. So.
Man, you know who I have to give credit to? You mentioned that, and it remind me of the crowd Saturday night. It happened the last time I saw Chris, the gym owner from Modern Adventure MMA. It's a Canadian gym, because obviously they're announced as Canadians and all that. So there's all that automatic hatred from Americans against them. They want the opponent to win. There was a guy standing behind Chris, just like giving him all kinds of shit about Matt DeCenso. And the last time at the OFC event, something similar happened, and he just like had that calmness about him that he just shut all the crowd out, didn't take anything what they had to say, didn't even react to him, and just focused on his fighter at hand. I thought that was kind of nice because you see some of the other corner guys. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, Chris is a great guy, real respectable. Has that traditional martial arts behind him. I mean, they're great. All those guys are great guys. It's always fun to have them down, and they're always welcome. I always tell them, they're part of the family.
Definitely. Not to mention, Swollen Knuckles, Tony Ramos was in the house, and David McKinney from Intimidation.
Yeah, what the fuck? Is McKinney a journalist, a radio host, or a T-shirt salesman?
Hey, notice how I said David McKinney of Intimidation. So there you go. He's a dang T-shirt.
Call me.
Hang up the phone and get to bed.
I'll be right back.
All right.
What'd he say?
Hey, that's what his girlfriend's calling him.
Oh.
That's what we should do, Gary. We should become a vendor for a T-shirt clothing line. Drop this Bluegrass MMA thing and just start selling T-shirts.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, and we have great sponsors in Banktown and Intimidation. What I see at these events is a rapid decrease in shirt sales. I don't know that to be true. Maybe they say no, we're doing great, but I just don't see it like I used to.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had 3 T-shirt companies there, and all 3 of them, told me they did awesome sales, and it was worth their time, and they definitely want to come back. So that's good.
I don't know. I don't see it like I used to. I remember going to Somerset with Bangtown, and fucking everybody in the crowd bought a shirt. It was crazy. I just don't see that anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't pay attention, but.
That, I wonder how much, I don't really pay attention anymore to it either, but how much they're charging for shirts. Because it seemed like the prices were going up.
I know, like, we had Instigator, and I think all their shirts were like $15 a piece.
That's about right.
Yeah, I would never do, I just don't see how people can sell more than like $25 shirts. 20, I would assume, be more reasonable. But anything more than 25 is just like, really?
I know when we had our shirts, they were, we sold them for like 10 or 15.
Boom.
What
are you going to say, Gary?
Hold on. What? What'd you say?
You got deeper.
I switched microphones to see how this works. Recording with
Which one
everybody
is it?
else. It's my Yeti. Does it sound any different?
Yeah. You're deeper and further. That's what it sounds like.
I'm further into you, baby.
Deeper voice and you're further away.
So what happened to, how many fights did Art of War have? They only had, 6 fights?
7.
7?
7 fights.
God, that's got to suck, man.
I heard that's about how many people had in the crowd, too.
Oh, shit. They've been on a steady decline, and they didn't have any MFS competing against them.
Well, honestly, I didn't go to the last MFS show.
They were down too. 10 fights.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, I don't know what's up, man. Like, is Indy on the decline? It almost seems like the same phase that Cincinnati went through years back. Now it's happening to Indy. But it could just be a fluke of the springtime, summertime, where people got other things to do. I don't know, but I just hope it's just a fluke, and it's not going to happen again.
It's hard to say, man. It goes in cycles.
It's just crazy because it seems like Pittsburgh right now is like
it's
the
hot
hottest
as
city
fuck
for MMA. Yeah,
but it's really just 2 promotions. Was what's crazy.
There is, but they're doing it so damn good there. It's unbelievable.
They're coming to Ohio now.
They're not working against each other either, if you've noticed that.
Oh, they're not. Oh, hey, right there. That's the story. That's what they're not working against each other. They actually talk, communicate, work out, so they're not fighting in the same weekend. They go to each other. They invite each other to other people's shows. I love it. Sort of what IT Fights and OC seem to be doing as of late as well.
They seem cool.
So,
I mean, outside looking in, Aaron, you guys are definitely on the non-existent level of drama that I can tell. I don't think Chili would put up with any bullshit.
No, he won't. That's why he doesn't talk on the phone either. Like, he would probably just kill everybody. And I mean, but that's why I have to deal with a lot of people before he kills people.
Oh, I'd like to see a good Facebook rant out of him.
I get to go up there tomorrow and get hit in the face by good old Matt Brown again.
Who?
Matt Brown.
Oh, the guy that you said you're going to get us on the show? Yeah, that guy.
I'll talk to him tomorrow. If I can't get an answer by tomorrow, I'm just going to say, Scott, listen here, I'm going to quit.
No, we don't need you. We don't need you. Tony's going to hook us up.
I got somebody else. Yep.
Whatever. I'll just remember that.
How about we just remember that? All the broken fucking promises from Aaron Garrett over the last 6 months.
Yeah, all of them.
And you must be a pretty, I don't know what it is. I think Juan finds you attractive. I like keeping you around. Any other person that would blatantly lie to us like you have, I probably would have shipped.
Come on now. I was nice to Juan. Juan was going to sit out in the crowd Saturday.
Wow.
I found him a seat.
Were you about to get rickrolled on that?
No. Check this out. So you remember that bullshit that went down like 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Where Absolute Action MMA put me out in the nosebleed sections, and I threw a fit, but whatever. I don't care where I sit. I don't have to have cage side, and sometimes I don't know, like it just seems better to sit not cage side. So I was gonna. It was inside of a soccer arena, and I was gonna sit in the penalty box, which I still had a great view of. I was nowhere near the cage, still had a great view, but I thought that'd be a cool seat. I was gonna chill there, and then Aaron told me I could sit up by the cage, blah blah blah. But it's just really weird with the Ohio Athletic Commission, because like depending on what part of Ohio you get to, it's like no, you can't sit there. Other ones like sit here, and it's just like I really don't want to deal with all that BS. I'll just go do my thing over here.
What pisses me off is when they try to bring in like their wife, their sister, their brother's kids, and like, oh yeah, they can sit here. I'm like,
who, the commission?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they get 3 seats for the judges and 2 for the commissioner. And that's all they're supposed to have, but it never works out that way.
Yeah.
The perks of being in charge, I guess.
Oh, guess where I'm going in September, Juan?
Not Ohio.
You're correct. It's not Ohio.
And one of the other 49 states?
An adjacent state.
I don't know.
We've not been to in a while.
Indiana. West Virginia?
West motherfucking Virginia.
Hey, I get to go somewhere better in September.
Wait, first, hold on. What's in West Virginia?
It's going to be Ruckus in the Cage, all-pro show at the Charleston Civic Center.
Oh, shit, dude.
When is that?
I don't think it's going to be awful for the fans or the fighters, but the promotion, it's going to be goddamn a nightmare.
Why are they deciding to go?
This promoter was talking with Steve Allred, who's the commissioner, and Allred straight up told him, I hope you don't sell a single ticket.
Wow. Wow.
So that's the support of MMA. They don't want it there. And Tennessee's about to fucking lose it. So.
Why do people have to be stupid? When's the date?
Hold on, I'll tell you. September or something.
Slacking.
Fuck, I don't know. I suck at returning messages to random people.
Is this the promotion's first fight?
No, they do a lot in Virginia. And then I just got, hey, Gary, this is Jason, owner of Cage Combat. Check to see if you guys can come to our show July 12th in Wise, Virginia. God, I'd probably like to go there. I like that team that he's with. Corey Clemens called you a lazy SOB, Juan.
In regards to what?
Not updating the rankings.
Oh, yeah.
Who won, by the way? Who won the NBA Finals?
I'm not sure.
The Pacers.
Oh, okay.
I didn't DVR it. My DVR didn't watch it. I couldn't make it through it, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? On to the football season.
September 27th. What's the date you're looking for? August 9th?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. August 2nd.
That's a day that will live in infamy.
9-2.
You're coming to Lima, Ohio that day.
No, it's my anniversary.
Of course
you
it
can
is.
bring wife.
Probably no chance of me getting to Lima. Probably no desire for me to want to go to Lima, other than
You
to
have
see
to
you folks.
now.
August is, there's a show in Kentucky, August 2nd, in Richmond. You guys doing August 2nd. Hard Rock's doing August 9th. Everybody's skipping July.
No. There is Gladiators of the Cage is during July, and so is Pinnacle Fighting Championship.
We should go. July's at the casino. We should all go to the casino. That would probably get me there
for sure.
Where at?
At
the
the
Rock
Casino
Casino in Cleveland.
Oh, Hard Rock, yeah. I don't know.
Here's what you do. Start saving your money. You bankroll me. You front me the money. It's like an investment for me to gamble on your behalf. We'll split it 70-30, the winnings.
Sounds like a good deal.
Do you know what my gambling was my obsession before MMA? That's a true story. You can ask my wife.
And notice how he does MMA now because he sucks at gambling. He lost all his money.
No, I spend more money in MMA than I did in gambling. I had some really good nights gambling, but
gambling at the local watering hole down in Mount Sterling doesn't elude the big bucks. Okay.
No, I frequented my favorite for craps was probably Belterra.
Belterra. Hey, they had some
like
great MMA shows on there back in the day.
So I just do blackjack.
See, that's like I would go to Horseshoe in Louisville or just across the border in Indiana for my blackjack. But this true story. I was down about 300 one night. I was with my buddy Larry. He goes to piss, so I'm like at the mouth of the entrance to the bathroom. I sit down at the slot machine. It's like a quarter machine. I put in a $5 bill and I hit it for $700.
Damn. See, if I'm down that much, I just quit.
Nah, man, you can't quit. Quitting's for pussies. Well, here's my most infamous gambling story. Me and my gambling partner, we had a free room at Belterra because they send you that shit. Once you go playing, they want you to come back. So we always stayed for free and had free buffets and all that bullshit.
Right.
But we go up there and we take. I'm not gonna say how much money, but it's a good amount of money each. And we had this plan in our head how we were gonna get rich, how we were gonna hit them. Like we talked about it all week. We'd played it out. Within an hour and a half maybe, we were back in the room scrounging up fucking change to go to the vending machine. So. You would think you'd be like, fuck that, I ain't going back. No, we were ready to go back. Like, we were ready to go home, wait till our next paycheck came in and go hit it again.
Nope, not the case. Not going to happen. Hey, man, there's that new casino that opened up here in Cincinnati on the east side.
Do they have
Belterra
table games, or is it just...
It's just slot machines. Your friend from Middletown, then there's that new casino in Monroe, but again, it's just slot machines.
Yeah, I don't like slot machines. I've always done good slot machines, but
I don't trust slot machines.
I don't either, especially the all digital ones now. I just have a feeling like they're rigged. I'm sure they.
Yeah, like I want to pull the goddamn handle. If I'm on a slot machine, I want to pull the handle. On most of them, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
Can't.
MFC 41 just announced.
When's that?
On my birthday. October 3rd.
Boom. And then mine's 11 days later.
Libras
Let's
for life.
do something again. Hey, was that last year or was that the year before? There was like an MMA event we celebrated our birthdays on.
We went to Spartan. You stayed at my house, and my mom made chili, and you could eat it because it had beans in it.
That is true. I don't like beans. Fun fact.
Fun fact about Juan. So Juan's new employer, Aaron, they have a website. If you go to the website, they got these little people that pop up and ask you if you need anything. So after he told me who he worked for, I just kind of popped in. And of all fucking people, who's the person that says, "Hi, thank you for visiting our website. How may I help you?" It's a picture of Juan, and I'm like, "Is this really Juan Valley?" Yes, it is.
Oh God, I bet that conversation was good.
No, I didn't. I mean, I'm not a total dick. I wanted to be like, "Where's those naked pictures you were supposed to send me?" or something like that.
Oh, funny guy over here. No, it shows me everything about you, so I know who it is.
You didn't know it was me.
Yeah.
One's like, hang up.
I'm like the government. I know everything about you.
I am the government, and I do know everything about everybody if I want to.
Hey, since you're part of the government, why don't you take care of my seatbelt ticket? That would be greatly appreciated.
No.
So who took
Which,
these
by the
pictures
way,
of Art of War?
Tyler Saito.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the crowd, and it doesn't seem like there was a lot of people there.
I'm not sure, but you know what you can do? Start liking on his pictures. I'm just saying. Give some love.
I'm on IT fight page. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Although they got a badass announcer though.
They do. Somebody that IT Fight Series won't hire.
Because they're racist.
I tried calling him today. He didn't answer his phone.
I wouldn't either. You have not booked him for like 7 shows in a row.
He did Beth Fountain show, remember?
Yeah, because you all rode together.
Yeah, and I got stuck in the snow. Yeah, I remember that. And we went to we went down to the hotel bar. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. That was a trip. That was fun.
A lot of my friends went to SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, it's up in Cleveland.
No, Columbus.
Are you sure it's Columbus? I thought it was Cleveland.
No, it was in Columbus.
Somebody just posted a picture that they're in Cleveland with it.
Maybe that was
Jake
for
Dignan.
tomorrow night.
He just took a picture of the ring.
I'm telling you, it was in Columbus tonight.
Hey, I don't care. Either way, Gary, next time we come to Cincinnati, and it's on a Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? We're going to move the show.
I know.
Want to go? I've been to a bunch of
what?
live shows. I've been to a bunch of live WWE. I've been to 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah, I want to go.
I've never been to one.
It's not, I mean, back in the day when I was a fan, it was great, but you see so much better at home, like so many events. All right, we got 1 minute left. Hold on.
Sorry, I was reading a picture on basically here. Yeah, we got 1 minute. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Blah, blah, blah.
We love you all. Aaron, we love you even though you're a liar.
Hey, you remember earlier tonight when you said it probably won't be a long night? Yeah, that panned out real well.
I say we go straight to some Hearthstone, Juan.
I got to not tonight.
You fucking homo.
I downloaded it for our iPad. It's not as good.